Welcome into the Cam Strick podcast, episode number 238, presented by Hair Club for men and women with flowing hair across the globe. Cam.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what you say? Hell yeah?
Hell yeah. Gosh dang. Lot of hockey. How's Domi doing?
Stressed out right now.
Is he stressed out?
He's
Is
very
he losing
stressed.
his hair? Is he going to lose his hair?
No.
Thick. He's got thick, luscious hair.
He's got some good hair, but he is completely lost his mind.
Is he throwing water bottles around?
Why? Did you see him do that?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see him do that.
Man, everything he does looks nerdy. I mean, Cam Neely throws a water bottle. I'm like, okay, what's up?
Like
what's
don't,
up,
don't
bitch?
walk in that studio. Cause
what's up with you?
Leave him alone.
I'm not fucking with Cam Neely. Little Doobie throws one. I'm like, ugh. He just looks goofy, man. I know we're hard on him, Andy, but God, and I know he did. Look, he went out and he got Ron O'Reilly. He made some moves. But just some of the shit he's been doing, and you got Jason Spezza sitting up there, man, with like 1,400 games, and he's stoic as fuck. And this little guy is chirping fucking fans.
If it was one time, like once in a blue moon, that he like showed some emotion, you'd be like, wow, this guy's fiery. Every game, to the point where like Sports Center anchors in the States who don't even know who he is, let's be honest.
No, they don't.
They don't know who Kyle Dubas is.
No.
They know who the Maple Leafs are, but they don't really know anybody on the roster.
No.
They don't know who he is. But now they're doing highlights because ESPN's a rights holder, so they're showing playoff highlights. Obviously, they're carrying games. And arguably the most popular Sports Center anchor they have, Scott Van Pelt, I'll give him a shout-out.
He's
seems
cool, man.
as shit.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
He's like, dude, this guy needs to calm down.
I know.
Like, Kyle, like this guy, all he does is curse and rant and rave and scream obscenities every single night. So he's embarrassing himself to people who like follow sports and cover sports. Right. They're like, dude,
too much.
This guy, like we don't see this on the sports that we watch on a regular basis.
All the shit-kicking GMs don't do that shit.
No.
Lou doesn't throw shit. He doesn't even show emotion. He's going through, like, he doesn't have to do that. Doug Armstrong, you could see it in his eyes, and he'll get up and maybe, but he doesn't show emotion.
They don't even show Kenny Holland, dude.
No, man, he's just chilling. But look,
he probably wants to throw things.
Fuck yeah. And sometimes you do that. Mm-hmm. Not all the time. Mm-hmm. You don't chirp fans. You stay out of that shit. Yeah. Not to mention, those fans will kick the fuck out of you. Just so you know. Now, a couple of things with the Leafs, man.
He's very upset.
And look, I feel bad for you for the fans. Now, the fans that chant, we want fucking Florida, like you're just jinxing yourself over and over again. Okay, I get it. You're partying. Mm-hmm. You know, you win the one game and you break brooms because it's not going to be a sweep. But then you know you're going to lose the next game. Although they lost in weird fashion, Andy. A lot of weird shit went on in that game. A lot of Twitter posts going on. Biz is talking about how it was supposed to be a goal. I even commented for the first time, and I was wrong. Because in that play, that fucking puck went in. That puck went in. And they didn't show it till like 15 minutes later. A new camera angle came out and it went in fucking a foot. Mm-hmm. It went in a foot. And so
yeah, but you know what? Listen, I will say this.
Go ahead. 'Cause I know what you're gonna say.
Well, there's a good chance that if that is called a goal on the ice, that Paul Maurice challenges and he wins the challenge because it looked like
he shoved it.
Riley's stick shoved the pad as he skated across the goaltender and across the crease. That he got a stick on the pad.
But it went in.
You know what? After like the 500th angle,
where are your angles at?
I don't know.
What
I don't
the
know
fuck's
what
the
they're
camera?
seeing.
Are you
I don't
kidding?
know what they're saying. I was listening to the radio at the time. I wasn't home yet.
No, you weren't home yet.
And
I was calling you like, what the fuck are you?
I know. I was heading home from my kid's hockey game. And the radio, like the Toronto announcers, man, and I love those dudes, man. Jim Ralph's cool as shit. I actually want to get him on here, man.
Get him on.
He'd be cool.
He's cool.
Obviously they've been around for decades and decades and decades, have a ton, and they're super like enthusiastic about the Leafs.
Of course they are. It's her baby,
so
Andy. Goddamn.
The way that it was called, though, I just assumed that the puck like just hit the back of the net. It was a clear goal. They didn't think it was even in question that it was going to be called back. So, listen, whether the play was called dead, whether you can hear a whistle or not, or sometimes, Cam, a play can be deemed dead on the ice when the intent to blow the whistle was there. Like,
I know.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of different scenarios.
There are. So for whatever reason, I can maybe see it both ways. But I do think Paul Maurice, though, I think he's looking at that and he's saying, hey, you call that a goal, I'm challenging that, and I'm going to win the challenge.
Probably. Yeah, but they should have called that a goal and then challenge it because that was a fucking goal. How do you not have a camera angle ready? How do you not have that camera angle ready?
I don't know.
That must have pissed people off.
But every other angle
Didn't look like it. And that's why I even finally commented on Twitter. Biz even texted me the next day. I go, yeah, dude, that was a goal, man. That's why I don't fucking tweet about anything. I'm always wrong. I'm not going to be like Tim Peel.
What is he doing?
It's crazy. He's going after Leafs fans, man. Mark Cuban's getting involved. Like, he was getting bashed really bad, and I think he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't know. Subjecting yourself to
there's a lot of
cruel and unusual punishment, man.
And then they always look up shit that you did in the past. Like, you're just setting yourself up for people to fucking get you.
I get it.
I like it. It's entertaining to me.
Well, he knows there's a platform because it's Toronto. I don't think he's doing this to the Carolina fans or anybody else, right? I mean, he's like, okay, where can I get the most attention? Where can I be the loudest? Listen, as much as we talk shit about Austin Matthews and whatever, we all realize he's like an incredible hockey player.
Of course he is, Andy.
So, to say that he's soft and you'll never win with him, you're just trying to rile people up.
That's a strong statement.
You're trying to rile people up.
Does he play soft? Yeah, he does. Mm-hmm. And that's a big reason why he can't take his game to the next level in important situations, man. It's hard to play in the playoffs. Mitchie Marnie, fuck, I bet you his body's hurting. Like, he's getting hit every shift. He's getting punched in the face. Like, can I say something real quick? I mean, if you have a son, I don't give a fuck. A daughter, it doesn't matter. If somebody punches him in the face, you have to defend yourself. Mm-hmm. If that was my kid, and I know he's an older guy, he's making tons of money, I get all that. But if little Ty gets punched in the fucking face and he just laughs, you gotta stick up for yourself there. I hate it. Optically, it looks terrible. He punches you 5 times in the fucking nose. Like, that hurts you. Do you see him afterwards when he's talking in the locker room?
He's like laughing and crying.
He's laughing, crying.
Time.
Exactly. Stick up for yourself. Put your hand up. Punch him back. It's at the end of the game. He started it. You're not going to get a goddamn penalty for that.
Right.
Punching you they bullied you.
Should they be on the ice, by the way?
At the end of that game?
Marner?
What was the score?
What was the score?
What was the score of that game?
They won that game, right? Was it 2-1?
I think it was pretty close.
Wow. That says a lot, though, that he's the guy that they have on the ice, to close it out, man.
Just don't get punched in the face 3 times. Laughing at that doesn't do anything, man. It makes your teammates look like, dude, don't take that.
I got you. Yeah. You know, listen.
Ain't that big of a deal.
They call them the Core Four like it's a boy band, man. They should be like a boy band. They look like the Core Four.
They look like it.
And they just haven't gotten it done. Listen, we all want to see what changes are going to happen. But if I were to trade one of those players, it would probably have to be Marner, to be honest with you.
I know, because the money's there. He's making a ton of money. Look at Nylander, was better than both those guys.
Nylander doesn't make a ton of money, right?
He's making 6.5.
6.9, whatever it is. Something like that.
He was all over the place.
It's under 7. Yeah, of all those guys, I thought Tavares played hard at times.
He does. But Matthews I couldn't find him.
You're not getting anybody to take that contract. So you're stuck with Tavares. Yeah, you made your decision. See, that's where Doobie-Doo, in my opinion, took this thing in the wrong direction. Like, we're all seeing right now, you're winning a Stanley Cup with big, strong defensemen and a goaltender.
You're goddamn right, dude.
So when you want to put all your money into another offensive player, you already had a 60-goal scorer and a 100-point scorer, and another guy who can give you 40, 35, 40. Like, did you really need John Tavares, who really didn't have any type of track record of winning in the past? That where maybe you say this guy's going to take us over the top. I think everyone knew he was a great player. San Jose obviously had a ton of interest in him at the time too. But you were going to have to give him a ton of money and have to give him that term. Now you're stuck with it. Matthews is one of the best players in the game, no matter what you want to say. Like, you want to find a way to keep him.
Of course.
Now, if he tells you, hey, listen, I'm not staying here, I'm not going to resign with the Leafs, then you gotta move him, right? Yeah, maybe go play with Bedard or whatever.
Baby, take that city over.
But it's just been proven, man. I mean, Edmonton's the same way. You want to pay a couple guys $12 to $15 million, man.
Woo, doggy.
It's tough to build a Stanley Cup winner around them, dude.
Hey, how about Gudas too, man? That motherfucker's scary, boy.
Yeah.
He'll get you. He's smart, dude. He's smart. He's sneaky. He knows how to piss you off. He'll sit on you.
No class when he yelled at the goaltender.
I don't, dude. He's emotional there, man.
People are upset about.
I know,
that.
and we love Joseph Wall, St. Louis kid.
Yeah.
Look, that's part of it. That's part of it, man. That's okay. He's fucking.
Dude, it's raw emotion from a Neanderthal.
Exactly. That's raw emotion from a guy that fucking plays hardcore, man.
He
drove the fucking middle ice like I always tell you to do, and we're skating, Andy, where you look at me, and I go, get your ass in there, and you don't do it. That's what Racco Gudas did. He got in there, and he held his stick a little bit, whatever. But he did hold the stick. The rest didn't see it. Got it. And if he didn't hold the stick, Whoever the defenseman was would have been able to get at least stick on puck. At least stick on puck there. 100%.
It's amazing how just that little play, bit. That's how fast the game is.
There it is, Andy. You're
just
right.
by holding his stick right there for a split second, it prevents his stick from getting out and defending that play.
The net.
But you know
Drive
what?
the net.
The only thing I'll say in defense of the referee in that situation, because, it's definitely a penalty, but like nobody saw it live.
Nobody saw it live. Don't act like
nobody said, watching it live, he grabbed his stick.
Nobody.
And that's a smart play. I see some people out there saying that they should get rid of the middle lane drive because it's interference and start calling interference on that. Oh, yeah. And that the NHL should change the rule.
The lazies would like that.
You see these like center lane drives where it's kind of a intentional interference, but that's the way that. I don't want to call him out, but I'll say it.
Say it.
Marty Bergeron.
He said you can't.
Read his tweet.
That's it. Read it.
And I love Marty, man.
So do I.
He's done the radio show with me a couple times.
He's a good dude, man.
Does a very good job.
He said the middle lane drive needs to be out of the game.
Yeah, well, we'll have Brody tell us exactly what it says. Yeah,
dude, that was my go-to, baby. Well, every day in fucking practice, I'm
honestly. So listen, see, Radko Gudas, man, he's one of these guys that if every team was smart, if every GM was smart, you would have found a way to bring him to your team. Like this is like a rare commodity in today's game that helps you when it matters the most.
Goddamn right, Andy.
And he's got like some intelligence, man. That was a smart play. You see him jump in the play. Right. And by the way, three Toronto Maple Leaf players fell at the other end of the ice. Oh, like the sniper got all those guys. So like, maybe some of the play was on that.
Let's read it. Read it out loud, Andy.
Marty Bergeron, who's our guy, by the way.
We like him, dude.
I mean, don't be too hard on Marty. I think you're being a little hard on him.
I didn't even do anything. I'll be hard on little Doobie, but not Marty.
Doobie's got to go.
Doobie's gone. See you, little Doobie. Who's going to hire him?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
People are putting out like a 1-for-1 swap with Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh gets Doobie and Toronto gets Mike Sullivan.
What? Really? Jesus Christ. What'd he say? What'd Marty say?
Next year, the NHL will have a crackdown on interference where the middle lane drive on 3-on-2 creates interference on the D like Gudas did on the overtime goal. It wasn't called all year, so you're not going to call it now, but that will be addressed in the offseason. So he's saying the NHL will have to crack down on interference calls on the middle lane drive. I completely disagree.
Well, is he talking about holding sticks when you go down the middle lane drive?
Maybe.
I mean, if that's the case, well, then call it then. Yeah. But you're gonna penalize somebody who's going through the middle just to create chaos.
Listen, you're taught to get on the shoulder, right?
It opens up the ice, man. If I'm driving, somebody's taking. Where's he going? So now it opens everything up.
So you may make a little bit of contact. I mean, you see guys batting sticks out of stick lanes and stuff like that.
Lift their stick up real quick. Lanes. Boom, lift their stick up real quick.
So you want to get a little bit of a piece when you're driving the middle lane, but
don't grab their stick. That's a penalty.
That's hockey.
That's a penalty.
Just don't grab the stick.
I'm glad. What do you think of Vegas and Edmonton? Every time, look, and if you want to compare Austin Matthews and Mitchie Marnie to Draisaitl and McDavid, look, I know those guys lost, but those motherfuckers were in the mix every fucking shift, dude. Connor McDavid had the puck a lot more than Mitchie. You don't think so?
No.
And Draisaitl?
100%. Draisaitl's...
he was a force for a bit there, man.
He was an absolute force. He was scoring goals left, right, scoring like he's putting like the team on his back. He was outplaying McDavid at one point in time.
Exactly.
And everyone's focused on McDavid, but McDavid's the best player in the world. There's no question.
And that's fine.
But Draisaitl just kind of has like a little bit of an attitude going on right now that at sometimes it's presented in a likable way. At other times it's like, dude,
you can come off as smoke.
Now you haven't done shit.
I know.
Like, you're a fucking unbelievable, historically good regular season player. That's what you are. So, no matter how you want to look at it, you haven't gotten it done in the postseason either.
Put some points up.
He does, man. He does. But, like, listen, guys have been
Why'd they lose?
Through the fucking battle for years and years and years in playoff series, Cam, as you know. And then they go through the handshake line, or it is what it is. He kind of.
What do you do there?
You didn't see what he did to Petro?
What, he just hang the Marty Brodeur on Sean Avery?
Kind of.
Oh, he smacked his hand around.
Kind of. And then he kind of said something.
Oh, Petro was tortured all fucking game too. You guys all torture each other.
So that's where I'm like, you know what, man? It's like,
calm down. Let me see that.
It wasn't the biggest deal in the world, but go back.
Nah, go back one.
See?
Oh, that wasn't nothing.
Little rough
That
handshake.
wasn't nothing.
No.
That wasn't nothing.
I'm just saying he's not the most likable player to me, man. I love watching his game. I think he's sick. I think he's obviously one of the top 5 players in the game, but
he's pissed off at the world right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's pissed.
I mean, all these guys who are coaching in the NHL.
There's a reason for it.
There's a reason for it.
No doubt.
They all understand the game. They all have like next level knowledge of the game. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what his matchups were.
No, I ain't digging that deep.
Their power play is historically good.
Yeah, of course.
But when they're goofy in the press conferences and stuff like that, when you don't have that presence, I just don't feel the confidence. It's not coming through the screen.
He's goofy in the press conferences.
Like a little bit.
Like what?
Like they say, hey, what'd you think about the slash from Petro on Draisaitl? Should that be a suspension? Well, like, answer the question. He's like, well, I learned a long time ago that coaches coach and players play and blah, blah, blah. Like he goes, are you, if you're asking my opinion, then my opinion would be that's probably, it's like, okay.
It's a fucking suspension.
He sounds, I feel like I'm in a college class where I'm about to walk out.
Like a political college
class. Like, you
class.
give that look to the professor, hey, if you don't, like, speed this shit
Let's
up,
go.
I'm about to walk out. And I did that in college, dude. A couple times, Cam, I'd go to class, and if the fucking teacher was so bad that day, I ain't sticking around for it.
Don't waste my time.
I'm out of here. And I would get up in a big auditorium and literally leave.
That's what you do. Answer the fucking question. That's a suspension. Petro knows it. He fucked up.
So Jay Woodcroft, man, you've been handed the keys to an unbelievable team that was, that puts together great regular seasons too, and has Stanley Cup aspirations. And people fully look at that team as a team that's capable. Listen, I said this a few weeks ago. There's no excuse for Edmonton not to get to the Stanley Cup final this year.
I know.
And they absolutely failed. Toronto, it's like I'm used to seeing them fail, and we're used to seeing it from Edmonton as well. I just thought this was Edmonton's best chance.
Vegas had 5 different goalies all year. Like they had fucking problems.
They keep pulling their goalie every game. Like, just start the other guy that keeps coming in. And stop starting the guy that you have to take out every game.
Vegas, man, they look fucking good. Stone, all those guys.
3 of the games in that series, Skinner got pulled.
It's weird.
And they paid this guy, Jack Campbell, $5 million or whatever they're paying him over a 5-year contract. Like, this is a terrible contract. Yeah. They got Darnell Nurse making way too much, so much money.
So much money. Hey, he jumped the guy. Just all you guys out there know. It doesn't fucking matter if Haig, what's his name, Haig? With Haig asked him 30 seconds before that. He got on the ice under 5 minutes to play, and he beelined it as a defenseman all the way behind the net with fucking 10 seconds to go. You jumped him. Okay? Darnell Nurse went beeline after him with less than 5 minutes ago and grabbed him. He jumped him. All he had to fucking do was skate down there, tap him on his shin pads, back up, and square off.
Yeah.
Now, you're okay. Why are you jumping the guy? That's a jump. Square off with the motherfucker. You know why you do that, Andy? Because you're scared.
Listen, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Is that why it is?
Yeah, Andy, when you jump somebody and you don't want to square off with them, that means that you want to get to fucking jump
Did he really,
on him.
jump him or just go
Yes,
grab
dude, he went
him
right
because
at him.
He was engaged with another player.
Doesn't matter. Tap him. Back off. You know the fucking game. You know the rules.
Was he coming in to defend his teammate? Like, was his teammate about to get pumped? I don't even know who it was. I'm trying to think who the other player was.
I don't think he was. I watched it a million times. Like, just come in. All you got to do is push him. And
like McDavid getting into it with Petro. Did you see that?
I did. I like Petro, man. Petro's so fucking pissed all the time,
Hey, I give him credit. Listen, I'm not always used to seeing that side of Petro. To see him like react like
Remember when Jamie Benn sat on him?
Like literally sat on his face. I talked about it on my radio show last week. He literally
remember that?
Used his face as like a lazy boy recliner.
Now, sometimes.
And he had the newspaper going. He's watching TV.
He's taking a dump on him.
He's eating popcorn, just hanging out on Petro's face.
If a woman does it, it ain't no big deal.
Just sit on your face.
If a woman does it, sometimes I like that. But when a dude does it, it's horrible.
Then he used the palm of his hand to like push his face into the ice.
So what happened after that?
Up.
What happened? This has happened in 2018, I believe.
Yeah.
Before they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Petro got motherfucked
and he
in
got
St. Louis.
Criticized, man.
He got rocked in St. Louis about that. And after that, he toughened up. He did. He doesn't take shit from anybody. He's fucking mean. He plays the whole game. He walks the line. He does all the good skilled stuff. But now he's got a little bit of an attitude. Like, fuck you. And he took that attitude and he took the Blues to a Stanley Cup with that attitude after Jamie Benn sat on his face.
Hey, listen,
shit on him.
when Vegas, because when they were like signing everybody and trading for everybody.
Yeah.
he was the one player when they got him. I'm like, oh shit. Now they're going to end up winning.
If you guys listen, all you Blues fans too, they know. Sometimes you forget how good Petro was. All you have to do is go back to 2019 playoffs. Any motherfucking game, watch it. Sometimes it's on NHL Network during the summer. Just watch a period of Petro throughout that run. He owned everybody. Mm-hmm. He had the puck the whole game. He never fucked up.
Yeah, it's a shame that it didn't work out for him to stay in St. Louis.
I know,
man.
He's a monster.
And I think there's blame to go around.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Now, they offered him 8x8, still 64. They didn't want to give him that.
Just the way it was communicated from the beginning.
It was goofy.
It was
goofy.
It wasn't done the right way.
You're right. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Petro is a motherfucking force to deal with.
Dude,
big time.
So is Jack Eichel, dude.
I know. And Marcia Saul and fucking Riley.
Marcia Saul hadn't had a great playoff, goal scoring wise, but
he
exploded, man, and he had a great game. But Jack Eichel, I didn't know where he was. You know, it's coming off that injury and whatever. Was he ever going to be
that nasty injury?
The player? It's always interesting because when you're the best player on a terrible team year in and year out, you're probably going to put up higher numbers, more impressive numbers, and because you're the only guy that they have, but you lose every game. Yeah, now all of a sudden you go to a different environment, a team that's loaded, where you don't have to be the guy, and you can just kind of settle in. You don't have to score 50 goals. You don't have to score 45 goals for your team to be successful.
Go score important goals.
But this guy's making plays defensively.
Yeah, he is.
And now, because he's playing in the conference final and he already was a super, now he's basically elevating himself back into being in that superstar category. You know what I'm saying?
I like him, man.
And when he has the puck, dude, on the power play, how patient he is, you're waiting for something to happen, dude.
He's damn good. You see that 2-on-1?
Yeah.
He kind of just looked around,
shot.
and he just moved the stick a little bit, and the goalie had to adjust, and he fucking far corner, bar down, get out of here.
He's got that fuck you attitude to him.
And we like him, too, because he said I was the funniest Spittin' Chicklets guest. Yeah. So now I like him. I'm a simple man, Andy. Yeah. You know that.
No, but he's you just knew if he could get it all together. And so now you really evaluate Vegas, top to bottom. You're like, damn, dude. They're good.
We should.
And so hey, listen, Edmonton and Toronto, real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody's bitching and they don't have a goaltender. Fucking Vegas is doing it with Aiden Hill right now.
That's what I'm saying. They had 5. I was saying they went through 5 different goalies through a stretch, man. Yeah. That's a lot, dude. You had to deal with fucking weirdo boy who's getting sued for $40 million. What's his name? We had him on. What's his name?
Robin Leonard.
Robin. Listen.
He likes snakes.
He's fucking bizarre.
He was very good when he came on with us.
You couldn't read between the lines with that motherfucker. We certainly did when he came on. Yeah. He was 15 different dudes when he was talking to us. At the beginning he didn't say anything. Then he got comfortable. Then he was weird again. Then he was this. What the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. Now you got snake farms in Missouri, and now you're getting sued. Weird, man. That fucking set you back, and you're still where you're at. Good for you, Vegas. I like Vegas, man.
Hey, I don't mind Vegas.
I don't mind them, Andy. They're entertaining.
And Bruce Cassidy, listen, he went as far as he possibly could go in Boston. There was an issue there between the players and the coach. I'm pretty sure we may be the only ones to ever talk about that, or certainly the first ones to ever bring that up. I
remember you saying that a lot, yeah.
That there's something going on there.
Yeah.
And that he could be fired after they got eliminated from the postseason last year. And then it happened, and for whatever reason, the rest of the hockey world was completely shocked by it and just surprised. But he obviously is a good fit there in Vegas, and he obviously is a hell of a hockey coach, man. This guy is in full control. He's one of those coaches is in full control. So for that coach to fall into Vegas's lap, when you look at all the players they have, and again, they're getting it done with Aiden Hill. They don't have listen, Edmonton thinks they have their goal. They're supposed to have their goaltender, you know? I mean, Toronto was supposed to have their goaltender. Matt Murray was supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
I know Samsonov got hurt, whatever.
I know.
But they're doing it with Aiden Hill, so there really is no excuse, man. But their defense is big. They're good.
What do you think?
And they're loaded up front.
What do you think's going to happen with this fucking Carolina?
They're going to win the Stanley Cup.
Carolina's?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it, their defensemen are good. Woo-hoo. Scored more than anybody
else. And Frederick
else.
Anderson can lock it down, dude, when he's on his game.
They're pretty goddamn good. Missing their best player. Damn, they're pretty damn
They're going to get that Teravainen back.
They're pretty damn good, man. They're solid. They're fast. They'll hit you.
Dude, they're in your face. They play.
You think you're going to beat up on Panthers?
Dude, they're a system team. They play a system to a T.
Oh, yeah.
And their structure is
they're
as
the
good.
Devils back in 2003, man.
Dude.
No, they are. They'll get back. It's the worst thing in the world. All you guys out there, man. You have like if guys are back checking on you, like crazy, like no matter what, I'm stopping on a dime and going 100 miles an hour back, and all of a sudden you got back pressure as a forward.
Brendan Moore's like he's like lifting weights brutal. On the bench.
They get back so fucking fast and disrupt, and it's so fucking demoralizing. You don't even know. I'm like, I'm coming through the blue line. I'm going to make a play. No, you're not. Stick lifted. Boom. Stop on a dime. They're fucking 200 miles an hour the other way. You're stuck with your dick in your hand, and they go down and make a play, and now you're stuck on the ice for 2.5 minutes. Or they score on you.
Brendan Moore's drinking first form.
Brendan Moore's doing push-ups on the bench, taking his shirt off like, rawr. Good God. That motherfucking team, boy. Now, they're boring. I want the Panthers to win.
They're not, though. If you really, like,
compared to the Panthers,
Brent Burns is not boring. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get you. But we're comparing it to I want to see Matthew, dude. They don't got a Matthew on that team. They don't have that in-your-face motherfucking guy that every single shift I'm like, damn, they got skilled guys, they got tough guys, they got this and the other. But they don't have a Matthew. Matthew is a unique, he's on an island all by himself.
Nobody has that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I like watching Florida.
Every
fucking other shift, Matthew's out there doing his shit.
I just feel like, listen, they've been such a great story. Do they have another round in
Don't
them?
know. I don't know.
Like,
who's banged up?
And Carolina, it presents a completely different animal than Toronto. Like, they just wasted Toronto. Say what you want about the goal. Florida was the better team from the beginning 100%. Of the series.
No doubt, dude. No doubt.
Like, Toronto had no business even. They should have lost in 5. It probably should have been a 4-game sweep anyway.
They got guys that, not too many people talk about, scoring big-time goals, fucking dominating the ice, outplaying superstars, making $14 million. They got guys that just do it.
But dude. Carolina
does too.
They've been kind of building towar's this the last 3-4 years. You know what I mean?
For the last 5 years.
Whatever. Like,
it's been a while.
Really good teams. They didn't just get good. And they bring in a level of, like, professional confidence, like where I just can't visually see them losing right now. Now, that could change. And I listen, I'll probably be going for Florida. I'd love to see Matthew win.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see Paul Stastny, man, and that family get a Stanley Cup,
too.
dude.
I agree with that.
This is his last year.
Yeah. We love Paul. He's a good dude, guys. I wanted to kill his brother, Yanni, who's also a good friend of mine, because he snored so motherfucking loud, and I would throw things at him, and it didn't work. I almost threw him out the fucking window. Yeah, I almost threw him out the window.
You said that.
Some bitch will snore, Andy. God, Jan.
What causes that?
I'm starting to get it bad.
You're snoring?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, that's like the number one cause of
fuck. I got problems.
Of relationship problems.
What?
Yeah, it's one of them. It's up there.
That's a stupid thing to say.
No, like snoring will like absolutely cause relationship problems.
Oh, that you got dang right.
What'd you think I was talking about?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know with you. But I will say, yeah, Kate's like poking me, It's a turn off. Now she's not asleep. Good thing she gets to sleep in with the puppies.
Does she go in a separate room?
Sometimes. I like that. Because listen.
I know a lot of couples that don't sleep in the same bed.
No, Kate doesn't listen to this. But I like to sleep by myself.
Really?
Because I like to
Dude,
if I can't sleep, I'm masturbating.
Are you? Oh my God, you can't say that, dude. Like,
you
nobody
goddamn
wants to hear that.
No. You goddamn right.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No, all y'all know. If you know, you know. Sometimes I want to beat my dick off, and that's what puts me to bed. And I just want to be by myself. That's it. That's all.
See,
I love her.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you have to have somebody by you because you get scared at night.
I just in case I hear a noise or something.
Somebody's got to protect you. Whether it's Ty or your wife.
She needs to protect me. Yesterday was Mother's Day, by the way.
I know.
Oh, dude. Can I say?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the text. It's so funny.
No.
My mother passed away in December.
I did not.
No text from Andy. Everybody else I work with, text out the wazoo. Brody sent me a text. Everybody. And you bullshit me about not fucking sending you a text about Chloe?
I put a very emotional
Chloe's doing pretty dang good.
Message on your Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
On your Facebook.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I honestly,
kind of wanted you to text it to me, but no big deal.
I didn't see the video till late at night.
I'm just joking, man.
No, because yesterday.
I'm not sensitive.
No, because here's the deal. Yesterday we had like Mother's Day in the morning. Then Ty had hockey at 12:30, and then my niece's graduation last night. So we had to go straight to there, and then her graduation party thing afterwards. So
graduated high school?
Yeah.
It's cool.
You
had to go to a high school graduation party?
It was like a very.
Jesus, I would have. No offense to everybody I'm related to. Don't invite me to that. Just don't. Sweating my ass off.
No, it was inside.
You have to dress up and shit.
It was like a fancy one, fancy high school.
Just send me a picture and I'll give them an A-OK on it or something. But you sat there for a couple hours to watch every kid that you don't know go up there?
So
it's high school.
I'm evaluating every kid.
It's not college.
I'm evaluating every kid. I know which kid is like...
Andy has to do everything. No, seriously, though. Like,
no, Andy, I know which kid...
No, like, do you ever say no to people? Like, do you ever say, I can't go to that thing?
Yes, I did this past
weekend. Seriously,
Peelsy invited me over for barbecues. We couldn't make it. Of other like activities.
Is Peelsy allowed in Toronto?
I don't know.
He's crazy.
But if he got like an extra like 50 Twitter followers, it was worth it.
Peelsy, I love you, dude. It's fucking hilarious. I love you. Troll the fuck out of people, man. You're entertaining me. I'm too much of a pussy to do it. You do it. I troll people on here. I let it out here, but in the radio.
Would you want to be like that hated guy on Twitter?
No, because I have demons, and they're going to get my demons out, and they're going to post that I said something on a podcast.
Would you want dozens and dozens of messages coming at you that just crushing you?
No, because here's why, Andy. I say crazy shit on this here podcast, and you know it. Those psycho motherfuckers. If I'm fucking dirty on Twitter, and I'm mean to people on Twitter, and I'm calling people out, stuff like that, they're going to dig shit up and try to put us in a jam, and I ain't doing it. Now, will that bump up my Twitter feed and shit like that because I'm fucking hot take motherfucker? Hell yeah. But they're gonna clip off shit that we say, and they're going to post it. These guys are that. Like, they'll get down and mean, and it's not worth it to me. Like, Peelsy didn't have much going on. Like, they'll dig up our radio stuff, Andy. They'll dig up our podcast stuff. They'll clip off different things and fucking sync it in a weird way because I'm a jackass on fucking Twitter. That's how they roll, and I ain't playing that game. Mm-hmm. That's exactly why. I can't do it. For you, too. You don't want me doing that.
Yeah, but I would just rather...
You don't want me doing that?
I'd rather just watch the game and not take to Twitter all the time.
I suck at Twitter anyway.
And I'm not... Exactly.
I suck at it. I misspell things. Yeah. I'm wrong on goals. Like I'm like, fuck it. As long as I'm just goofy on there and I'm not. Biz got pissed at me, and I'm like, I don't want Biz to get mad at me.
You ever like stare at the tweet?
Oh, Andy.
Like, I don't know if this is like what I really am trying to say.
Fucking brutal. It's brutal. But you did. Speaking of Mother's Day, though, you know, I told you guys.
Okay, so listen, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Because here's what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
I thought that video tribute you put to your mom at the park bench.
I told you.
I thought you were like joking about that.
No.
What park is this?
Route 66.
Why is it at a park? Did she go there all the time?
That's right next to our house. In the blue collar part of Eureka, we lived right there. We're connected. We don't have to get. You could walk to the park.
So
the park's
did she like walking?
They did that for years and
So
years.
they would sit on that bench or anything?
Yes.
Is there significance to the bench?
Yes. They'd always sit right there. They'd walk the trail. Mm-hmm. The Merrimack River's right there. I'd be on my boat going 100 miles an hour up and down the river. My mom and dad would wave to me. I'd be like, Dad, get in your car. Go get me beer. They'd come down and give me beer.
How did you like work that whole thing out?
We know the park supervisor, man.
So what'd you say?
The park supervisor used to let me take my fucking boat out till 10:30 at night.
Would he go through your dumpsters? Would he go through your dumpsters?
What do you mean?
When you had the dumpster out and all the neighbors would come over in the dumpster, would he go through the dumpster?
The park supervisor? Maybe. The whole fucking neighborhood did. They went through my dumpster. I know. But the park supervisor would let me stay out there at night with my boat because they would have to lock up the park.
That's what the Murdochs did, dude.
They let me do it.
Dangerous.
I'd stake out the fucking moonlight, man. The only way I could navigate my way home was because of the moonlight, because I was so far up river I couldn't get back in time until the sun went down, and I'd call the guy and be like, hey, keep that fucking thing open for me, man.
Leave what open?
The park. To get out, they had to close the park down. He had to wait up for me because I'm stuck up river.
Oh, that's a dick move,
dude. I got stuck up river. You
shouldn't be on the river at nighttime, dude.
I was way up. I blew a fucking rod.
What's Alex Murdoch's son's name?
Fucking weirdo redhead.
He took the
the boat and he killed me. This pisses me off so much.
He had it out at nighttime.
I know. Dude, I didn't know. The engine wasn't on. I'm navigating down with a fucking paddle. I can't see where the river's going. I don't want to suck anything up, so I have to navigate. So it took me hours to get back. And I just called the guy and be like, man, I'm jammed up here, dude. I blew my fucking engine out again. Keep it open for me. And they did. But that's the park my parents would walk every fucking day with the dogs and stuff. And that's just their like.
So it says,
baby.
So that guy who would leave it open for you, he's the one who
hooked it up. Yeah, it said
so
here.
Who made the plaque?
The
little thing.
Yeah. And my dad was like, should I put something else on there? I go, no, just do that. My mom's the world's greatest nurse. People were like,
Is that what it says?
Yeah,
on there,
because
at the bottom?
She kept me alive. Mm-hmm. She kept my brother alive. Mm-hmm. And she kept my daddy alive. through hardcore fucking shit. My daddy's liver fucking out. Boom. My mom knew exactly what to do. Got him right. My dad looks like he's 55 right now. When I was drug riddled, hardcore, my mom helped me get me out of that fucking drug abuse that done near killed me. Done near killed my goddamn brother. My mom was there. She's the world's greatest fucking nurse. And she was a nurse at goddamn Clayton Prison. Fucking shit-kicking motherfuckers.
For how long?
Years and years and years. That's why she's a badass bitch. Fucking dealing with me, dealing with fucking prisoners.
Hey, what's the story with that guy on the subway, the Marine?
The Marine, it's weird. That Alvin Bragg is a piece of fuck shit.
Oh, hold on. The guy he killed?
No. Well, yeah, he's a dipshit too. Fuck him.
Who's Alvin Bragg? He's the prosecutor.
Prosecutor, yeah.
In like
he's trying to get
New York.
Trump. He's trying to get. He lets all these fucking criminals. You let those criminals out that have 55 fucking repeated offense. They've been arrested 50 times and they let them out.
He's the one behind pressing charges, the homicide charge or manslaughter.
Second-degree manslaughter, which is like 10 to 20 years.
So this guy who's a criminal who was on the subway and
harassing people.
Yes. So he grabbed the guy and put him in a chokehold.
Choked him out, and then turned him back around and made sure he was okay, but he died. So they're gonna.
Why did he put him in a chokehold?
To fucking put him down, Andy.
No, what was he doing?
He was harassing everybody on the subway, fucking telling he's gonna kill him, do this, do that. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And there's witnesses for that?
Yes.
And there's.
I did like.
Is he in jail or did he post bond?
Oh, he's gonna post bail if he can because people are fucking giving him cash like you can't believe. A Marine, damn right. All he's doing is trying to help these women on there.
There was another guy or two, like over him as he was like being like turned over on the side.
Yeah.
So what are those guys saying? Are they saying?
I don't know, Andy. But
no. What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what they're saying yet. So we're gonna have to.
You
go to
ever
court.
watch like the court TV shows at night?
Yeah, I mean,
they still have those.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Who was that lady back in the day? The woman who had like the Southern twang.
I don't fucking know.
And she was the lawyer. You know what I'm talking about. And she had she would like all the big cases, dude.
Judge Judy?
No, she'd covered like the case like
Nancy Grace,
dude.
Yeah. Remember and Natalie Holloway in 2005 got kidnapped by Jorn van der Sloot.
She'd be like, I don't know,
but we're praying for Jesus.
Exactly happened
Grace.
night. But
that night.
I'm praying for you and those beautiful children.
Yeah, she'd do all the fucking like kidnapping cases and shit, dude.
Must watch.
Man, there's some fucking weird
She was all over the Devlin case and everything. All those cases.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's just it was a nice weekend.
Oh,
nice
I barbecued, by the way. I forgot to tell you that I barbecued it. Oh, so yes.
Oh, sorry. What?
You
barbecued?
I'm
just talking about Mama.
No, great tribute.
Come on now.
Oh, it was a wonderful.
It was lovely.
Did you get emotional?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I've been dreaming about her.
Good for you.
I've been dreaming about her again.
What kind of dreams?
Oh, good happy dreams. She's in there smiling. You know, nothing creepy, nothing fucking weird. Like she's haunting. Just like,
you can remember all your dreams.
Her when she's in it. Yeah, she always looks young and pretty.
Oh,
you know, because there's a year and a half where she just looked fucking brutal, man. Like
did you get Kate something for Mother's Day because of your dogs?
Yeah,
like Cam thinks he's got kids.
Yeah,
Cam's one of those guys who's like, I gotta get home because the dogs.
No, I don't, because she takes care of them. Actually, my wife does everything for me. Write that down. I'm telling it. She does everything for me.
But you like act like they're kids. Your dogs.
I mean,
your dog kids.
My babies.
So did you get her something for Mother's Day?
No, I didn't. It was all about my mom. We got barbecue for my dad. Walked down there. Walked all the way to the thing. Took some pictures. Picked up some more, took our barbecue home and just fucking chilled all day, man.
So I got a cowboy ribeye. Did you see that?
Did you really?
Dude, I sent it to you.
I had a lot of messages yesterday because of that post. So I must have got lost.
No, it was the day before.
Oh. Like in my
And you were
text?
like, did you make that? See, you don't ever remember anything, dude.
Well, I drink a lot, Andy. We know that.
And so I sent you a picture of the cowboy ribeye before I made it. Let
me look.
Had a lot of fat on it, though. Is that normal for the ribeyes?
Marbling? Fuck, hell yeah.
Do you eat that part or no?
You could cut the fat off. I eat it.
I spent more time cutting shit.
Show me.
I don't have the video of me cutting it.
Show me what the goddamn thing looked like. God, did you enjoy yourself? Did you enjoy eating it?
I love barbecuing, dude.
Yeah, but you don't eat meat.
My family does.
Like who?
Like Ty was eating the hell out of that steak, dude.
Good. I hope he's eating.
I don't think I cooked it long enough.
I bet you Chloe doesn't. I bet you your wife doesn't. And I bet you Ivy doesn't. I bet you don't. So Ty's
Laurie
the one.
put it in her salad, dude. I was like, made some.
Let me see what it looks like.
Hold on. So, and I'm not opposed to eating. I made some unbelievable salmon though on there. Made some burgers.
What'd you make it on?
Grass-fed burgers.
You put that steak on a Traeger?
Are you not supposed to do that? Dude, I read all about it, dude.
But you can do whatever you want, Andy, but I like to have it over open flame. Oh, that's a beautiful looking steak, dude. Mm-hmm. That's a goddamn good look. You better eat that whole fucking thing. That's a $60 steak.
I know.
That's a damn good. Look at the marbling on that.
So
that's expensive.
What do you do with all of it?
What do you mean? You cook it down. You could chop off the side meat on there or the side fat.
So
you want the fat to render in there anyway. Mm-hmm. So you don't just cut off a little bit of the sides. You could trim it up a little bit.
Ty was not having it with like, he didn't like, he's like, what is going on with all this? Like
the fat?
Yeah.
On the sides? Just cut it off.
It was like in the inside.
That's
and
what
the
it makes it.
outside.
Oh my God. That's what makes it expensive. It's a marbling. Look at any Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
See what it looks like. It's all white. A little bit of red in there. It's all fucking
so
bad.
Give me a couple more.
Dude,
I'm experimenting, dude.
No wonder, man.
Give me a couple more times and I'll have this down.
Oh, dude, I'm not. Like,
I'm starting a YouTube channel.
How'd you cook that?
I'm starting a YouTube channel.
How'd you cook that? We need to worry about our YouTube channel here before you start your own fucking YouTube channel.
Will you do it?
We need to start monetizing the Cam Strick YouTube.
Will you do it with me? Our barbecue YouTube channel.
We could do it for Cam Strick. Yeah. We have to keep it under one thing. I say we keep doing it under Cam Strick. Get that YouTube fucking profitable.
I'm getting a Blackstone, dude.
So how'd you cook this? So look at guys. He's got a fat ass fucking cowboy ribeye, $60, $70 steak, 2 inches thick, marbling. I mean, the marbling on this is fantastic.
I usually like an inch and 3/4.
This is a
normally.
big, nice, fat ass expensive
steak. I got
steak.
another one too.
This is a bad ass. Is it in your fridge?
Yeah, freezer.
Oh, you fucker.
Okay, now here's the part.
Why would you get two? Why would you take that beautiful, majestic steak and fucking freeze it when you didn't have to?
You know why?
Why?
Why
buy two
I
there?
talked to some of the most experienced pit masters.
Oh, God, you're going to freeze that $70. That's a $70 steak.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
Dude, by the end of the summer, I'll be considered a pit master.
Dude, how'd you cook that? No. How'd you cook that?
Is what they're telling
How'd you cook that?
Is what they're telling me.
How'd you cook that?
Also, big shout out to this one guy who's sending us a bunch of barbecue sauce, Bobby Q.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but
yeah, we'll have it soon.
How'd you cook that?
Okay.
How'd you do it?
Let me answer the question, because there's like a roundabout way to answer.
Oh, get them, guys.
Okay.
Like, seriously.
So I talked to like the most experienced pit masters in the region.
Don't waste my time.
I watched a number of videos. So
what'd you do?
A lot of people just put it flat on there.
You could reverse
I heated it up. Okay, I only went to like 375 actually. I could have gone to like 500, but I had other stuff going on the grill too. I'm barbecuing lots of things actually.
Andy,
so I didn't want the temperature to be too high. So 375, I probably kept that thing on there for like 35 minutes, dude.
Oh God. Oh my God.
That's how long you do it.
Oh my God, you're fucking.
You want to know why?
So dumb.
Want to know why? It was frozen. Okay, so
oh my God,
the ribeye was frozen.
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
And if you read on YouTube and talk to the pit masters, they'll tell you that the best steak you can get sometimes is actually grilling a frozen steak.
You are so fucking brain dead, dude. You took a frozen steak and didn't let it, a $70 frozen, you froze a $70 fucking steak. So dumb. You're dumb. And then you take it frozen and put it on a fucking Traeger for $3.75 for 30 minutes.
Like 35
That thing
minutes.
tasted like shit. Wow, what a waste of meat, dude. That would have been, you could have just let that thaw out as much as possible.
For how long, dude? I had it in the
2
fridge
days,
all day.
No, dude, it needs to be, you need to do that 2 days in advance and then season it.
How long does it stay
and then you
good
take
for?
it out of the fridge and let it warm up in normal temperature before you put that son of a bitch on. And you could reverse sear it. You could put it on there for 300, 350 for, 5-7 minutes. And then at the very end, then you sear both sides, let it rest, put butter all over it, take tin foil and let it rest for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Andy,
I'm not doing
you
all that.
are
You don't
a
have to do all
barbecue
that.
fucking joke.
You don't have to do all that.
I'm looking at a $70 thick ribeye. The nicest cut of fucking beef you could get.
You want me to make the other one for you?
Dude, you are what a waste of money. What a waste, dude. No wonder Ty was freaking out. No wonder he's eating frozen steak, dude. That's disgusting, man. Frozen. You are wasting.
What's wrong
wasting your money, dude. Because it's not how you probably cut it open too, right? When you took it off, you probably cut it. Yeah. Andy cuts the steak open to see if it's done or not. Like, and then all the juices spill out. What a waste, dude. You're never cooking for me, man. Look, no way. I'd be pissed. Good for you. I'd be pissed. Dude, it's purple because it was frozen. It was purple because it's frozen. You don't want purple in the middle, man. Get out of here. No. Get out of here. No, you didn't even fucking sear the goddamn thing. What a waste, dude. What a waste. That actually makes me mad. If you're a butcher and you heard what Andy did, like the butcher's looking at you like you're a fucking clown. That's a waste of fucking money. Stop.
The pitmasters.
They don't, dude.
Who
the ones in your neighborhood
with the way I did
the ones in your neighborhood.
Go Google it and watch it on YouTube.
The ones in your neighborhood.
Hey, so listen, all y'all.
Louise.
Everywhere.
Oh, Steve Mack is not happy right now. Steve McIntyre.
I got a message from him. He loved that doobie doo video.
Oh, of course he did. Big Stevie Mack's like shaking his head. Stevie McIntyre up there in Alberta, shit kicking everybody in Saskatchewan, doing this thing, eating, raising beef, doing all this stuff, and he hears you fucking cook it like that.
Hey,
he's fucking pissed.
The hamburgers came out. Unbelievable.
Frozen hamburgers.
No, they were thawed out.
I don't.
They were never frozen.
The only thing I would do frozen is pork belly.
Full pound grass-fed burgers, dude. Amazing.
Cool. I'll do pork belly. You got to get that frozen. I'll let that thaw out for a couple of days, and I'll do pork belly and still
I'll bring
damn
the
good.
other one out.
But a steak,
I'll bring the other one out.
Look, I know if you go to Omaha Steaks and stuff like that, and you want to collect a bunch of steaks, like I know you have kids and you do it, but that is an expensive cut of meat, and you froze that goddamn thing. Just eat. If you're gonna get a steak, take a steak and put it in the fridge and eat it that night. You know, I wouldn't. That's a fucking $70 cut of steak,
There's
dude.
people listening out here left and right who have frozen steaks and they make that shit all the time.
Not that kind, though. That's an expensive cut of meat, dude.
We had some pasta salad, too. That was very good.
And he brags about pasta salad. He makes pasta salad. He brags about it. You got work to do, man.
Dude, I'm learning.
You need to learn
I'm learning
shit.
as I go. But
you act like you're a fucking...
I'm an ambassador.
You act like you work at a 5-star
I'm a Traeger
restaurant.
ambassador.
Oh, they're dumb.
And who is?
Traeger.
What do you mean?
To have you as an ambassador?
No, I'm a Traeger ambassador, and I'm getting a Blackstone.
Those are nice. I love those. Are great for breakfast.
Breakfast in the morning.
Easy to clean. You can make awesome stuff with it. Mm-hmm. You put bacon. Oh, you don't eat bacon. You can put sauce. Oh, you don't eat sauce.
So my buddy. You can put so I got like a pound of bacon, maybe like 2 pounds, like the most beautiful bacon you've ever seen. And as a nice gesture, a buddy of mine, I gave it to him. He came over and he picked it up, and I gave him the whole 2 pounds. And he sent me a picture of the bacon the next day, dude.
Cool.
Yeah, so I do.
Is that a story?
I'll give food away too. Okay.
Jeez,
I'll give food away.
You want to give me food that's not frozen? I'll take it. I don't know why you'd give me food. I got enough food. We both have sponsors that are butchers, so I get any steak I want. But dude, if I want to cook, I might cook you a steak and just show you how I do it. Mm-hmm. Let me show you how I do it.
What kind of sauce do you put on there? A1. I think that's the best sauce going, dude.
That's great. I'll whenever I take it off the grill and I put it in the foil and I let it rest, I'll dump garlic butter on it and I'll put maybe a little W sauce on that bad boy. Let that mug sit for a little bit. Yeah,
Worcestershire?
Yeah, goddamn right, boy.
Is that what you call Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce.
You call it W?
W sauce. That's what it's called. They're getting good old boys down yonder. That's what they call it.
I'll put a little barbecue on that, too. He's got a website.
Barbecue on a steak, though.
It's
your preference. I get it.
It's more. It's for more than just steaks.
But just like a frozen steak of that statute, it's just fuck.
Well,
man.
we got another one, dude. Round 2 coming up.
Fucking tastes like fucking
rubber. That should
rubber.
Feed how many people you think?
That little guy?
Oh, it wasn't that little. It was huge.
Well, you could feed 2 people with that.
Yeah.
Depends on who it is. I'll eat that whole goddamn thing.
Would you?
Oh, that? Yes.
How would you feel after you ate that whole thing?
Well, I'll eat half of it then, and then I'll take the other half, and then the next day
you put it with your eggs.
Take it out and scramble. I get a nice hot buttered pan going, and then cut it up a little bit, and then sear both sides, and then put my fucking eggs in there. Now you got steak and eggs. Now you got protein for the day.
Really?
Damn good. Damn good. Now you're good to go.
You eat that whole steak. You don't feel like shit.
Oh well, I mean, I'll burp it up all night.
Dude, no
I
wonder,
had 2 pounds of brisket.
Sleep by yourself.
I had 2 pounds of
You
brisket.
better hope you sleep by yourself.
2 pounds of brisket I ate yesterday.
Who made it?
Super Smokers. Brisket's hard to make, boy. You ain't ready for
No,
that.
I'm
yet.
ready for that.
You ain't ready for
because
anything.
I got my smoker.
You
actually
don't, dude. You
can specialize in that.
Like these good old barbecue boys. If they saw you do that, they'd be like fucking chirping you so fucking bad.
The pit masters. That's what I refer to them
good
as.
Good old boys, man. That's a good cut of meat you had right there.
Thanks, buddy.
You done fucked
man.
it up.
Appreciate it. Oh, what?
You done fucked it up. Purple in the middle, no sear on the outside. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Jesus. Fucking kids probably got stomach problems today. You didn't cook it all the way through. Frozen. Fuck that.
Hey, listen, speaking of steak, by the way.
Well, you going to educate us on
my boy Ori, he doesn't need a whole lot of steak. Let me just say this. He was asked today, locker clean out day and all that,
Yeah. I felt bad for him a little bit. I like him
I do,
lot,
man. But you know what?
He's okay.
He only helped himself by being on the biggest stage in hockey in Toronto, and I could tell, reading his dad's tweets and seeing his mom put the flag on the barn and his grandmother, who's like 103, saying "Go Leafs, go!" This is like home for him. It was cool. Now, he was asked today, I believe, if he would consider re-signing with the Leafs. And, his answer in typical Ryan O'Reilly fashion, did a very good job in terms of how to answer it. And he said, I just want to reflect on things before I make a decision. But I will say, and he just raved about the Toronto Maple Leaf organization. Now, I guarantee you, if he was in St. Louis right now and they said, hey, would you consider re-signing here? He'd be like, hell yeah.
Of course.
And he will re-sign here. That's just my opinion.
You think so?
I really do, man. I think that he wants to come back, and I truly believe that the organization, there are people I would think inside the organization that really, really want him to come back. And when you consider the history they have together, he really helped the organization out, he didn't have the no trade and everything, so he didn't have a whole lot to say, but still, they were able to move him. They got the first-round pick. He did his thing in Toronto. It's just my gut feel, man. I think there's people inside the organization that would truly love to see this guy return to St. Louis, and I think he would want to come back here to St. Louis. He hasn't sold his house, Cam. He's got a lot of friends here. He's the captain here.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of incentive for him to want to come back, and there's a lot of incentive from the organization to want him back. Now, we all know it's a business.
No shit, man.
Can they come together on a contract? That's a whole different ballgame. But I truly believe those conversations, without question, they will have those conversations about bringing him back. And
unfortunately, somebody's going to overpay for him.
And whether or not they can make it happen. Yeah, but I don't know if he's just going to jump at the most money. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on
if everyone's in the same ballpark, Cam. If the Blues are offering 5.75 and somebody else is offering 6,
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying somebody's going to offer maybe more than that.
You think?
Yeah. I mean,
on a very short-term deal, maybe.
Maybe.
No one's paying him $8 million. I don't know. Or $7 million.
I don't know. Maybe 6.5.
Maybe.
Maybe the Blues want to offer him 5.5. He gets $1 million more.
Yeah. It's hard to pass up, man.
And somewhere, I don't know, in a nice place, but it's not maybe necessarily a great team. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You know more than I do when it comes to this stuff. I'd like to see Ryan O'Reilly back with St. Louis.
He's won his cup. He's not chasing the cup. You know what I'm saying?
He also did it. We also got the best years out of him.
Oh, yeah.
We also got the best years out of him, and he's on cloud 9 with the people in St. Louis. And if you do pay, and he comes back and he's hurt all the fucking time because he is getting older, his body is taking a beating. I don't know.
Well, Cam, listen. To me, the money is what it is. I mean, there's a market value for every player. I don't know what somebody's willing to pay him.
I know.
But it comes down to the term, and you're right from that standpoint. To me, it's like the impact he has on the organization goes beyond just winning an important faceoff or killing a penalty, which obviously goes a long way. But it's
scoring a big goal. There's a lot, man. He's good in the locker room.
It's the influence he has on some of the younger guys
hard.
or whatever. I agree. So can you get him on a 2 or 3 year deal? I'm not so sure I'd go longer than that,
Yeah, I would.
And is there a team out there that says, hey, we're going to give you a 4 or 5 year contract?
Maybe.
Yeah, there might be.
There always is, I feel like. Somebody always overpays or has a little bit more term.
What would Boston do if Patrice Bergeron, which by the way, I hear it's already
What? What'd you hear?
that they, it's already basically known within the organization. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn or saying anything crazy here, but it sounds like Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci are both done.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them are coming back. Now, would Boston turn their attention to Ryan O'Reilly to kind of come in and fill that void left behind by Patrice Bergeron? And with his relationship with Jim Montgomery, you may have something there.
Okay. That makes sense, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Fucking Bruins, man.
So are they going to pay him $6.5 and give him that 4th year? I don't know.
I don't know.
Does he even want that? Listen, there's kids involved, Cam. There's a wife involved. There's all of that, so.
There's a lot going on.
They just moved. Like, again, I go back to this with Ryan O'Reilly. He was in a place for a long time where he was miserable. Finally came somewhere where he was like, couldn't have been happier.
Yeah.
And I know he went home and, he's not going back there. So now does he want to, now they want to move again and kind of start over again? I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I don't. I'd like to see him, but somebody's gonna give him the extra, and he's gonna go.
And would you do that or no? You're saying no?
Would I if I was Ryan O'Reilly?
No, I'm saying if you're a team.
Oh well, I mean, no. I don't like to pay guys. I like to get guys when they're at their best. Mm-hmm. I've seen the decline of not too many players.
Yeah, you're paying him for what he's done.
He's done, dude.
Versus what you're going to get from him.
He takes a beating, dude. He was hurt when he got to Toronto. He got banged up. God, he takes pucks off of every part of his body, every freaking game.
I know.
So it's like, I don't know if I want to get jammed up with it. Seriously. Mm-hmm. You got the best years out of him.
Would you do 2 years?
Yeah, I do 2 years. Mm-hmm. You got the best years out of him, though, man. He's getting older.
He's not that old. What is he, 31, 32?
32? I don't know. The way he plays, his injuries, yeah, he's getting older, Andy. He is. He doesn't look old, but his body's probably like, oh, I'm slowing down. He also wasn't the fastest skater, but he did some stuff in Toronto, man. He scored some big goals.
Some of these older guys, man, like you see them in the playoffs, Cam. They just know how to play the game. Like,
they do.
Like that Jordan Stahl, man.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
He's just, you need those type of players.
Yeah, man. They just know. They know how to get in there. They know that
That's where I'm curious. Does Florida have enough of those type of guys, man? Like, it's going to be a grind game. You know what I mean?
It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to watch.
Like Toronto was a good opponent for them because they could just use their speed and there's end to end like river hockey. Nobody's in my face.
I know. But we got big Shawn Thornton, who's just cool as shit. What a smart dude he is. Smart guy. And then when he was talking in this episode, man, he's telling us when he was playing, he just go up to the front office and talk to the people.
Yeah, you were confused by that.
I was a little bit
and that's where I was like, no. This is like super intelligent of like any player out there, man. If you know, if you haven't made, if you know you're going to have to work after your career, and your PhD is in hockey, and you're with an organization. Now he's the type of guy that he's well liked no matter what organization he's with, right?
Of course, yeah.
Wins a cup in Boston, they all like him. So he's like, you know what? He got to know people off the ice on the business side, and he's like, I'm gonna go sit in on some meetings and see how they run their meetings.
Yeah.
So
I thought he meant the GM meetings and stuff like that. I'm like, really? You went up there and talked?
Business side.
Yeah, but the business side, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He
doesn't even want to work in the hockey.
I know. He's cool.
He knows where his seat on the bus is, and where his lane is, and he stays in it.
And that's why
Cam, you and I know a lot of people, man.
Oh my God!
This is if I'm a owner, I'm like, man, who do I have that played, that has that relationship with the fans that I could truly take advantage of? I mean, this guy
is not going to overstep.
It's not going to overstep, but he's going to stay in his lane. He's not going to all of a sudden be running his mouth behind the scenes.
They should do
complaining about everybody, throwing everybody under the bus.
Yeah, dividing.
And then trying to, get into the hockey side or create drama.
Division. Create division.
Internally.
He's just what do you want me to do? Oh, yeah, I'll go shake hands with everybody.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great job.
I'll sit in this meeting and talk about how we could get
Sip
more.
Patron with the guy who runs Patron.
Fuck
No problem. During the game.
I did the same thing, but I didn't sit in meetings. I just was nice to everybody.
Yeah.
And did anything they wanted me to do. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to that little thing.
And that's where he said, hey, you got to tap into your players. You almost have to have that minor league mentality. Yeah. And I know the players don't like to do that all the time, but in the minors, Cam, as you know, and I worked in lower level minor leagues for a while too. You need the players to do everything. They're everywhere. Yeah. So anytime you're having an event, there's players there. And I think Florida's kind of taken on that mentality too. And I think that was the advice that he gave the organization. So it's very interesting, man. You wouldn't think that because of the role he played in hockey and whatever, but
I like him, man.
I give Florida credit for like hiring this guy and giving him like a significant like a real title.
Hell yeah.
And a position.
The winner, smart.
Not just like,
cool.
just you know what, we'll call you when we need you, or just come to a game.
Can't even watch games. He's walking around too much.
He doesn't care though.
I know. I like, dude, everything he said. I'm like, I like. Yeah, he's cool.
He's not trying to be like the general manager, you know.
He's cool as shit. We asked him all kinds of stuff, man. He's cool, totally cool. I looked up to him. I said that to him. I go, I looked up to you. I looked up to Chris Neal, like just the way you guys did your shit. I'm like, damn, like they play. They do this. They block shots. They'll fight anybody. They're running guys over. Although Shawn wasn't a big hitter like Neal was. Like he wasn't that great of a skater. Neal get in there and put you through the boards. But Shawn will go and fucking backhand toe drag top shelf. Then I got to watch that highlight and be like, I suck.
He didn't do that all the time. He did
it
on the penalty shot.
He did a couple things a couple times, and that was enough for me to be like, I'm jealous of you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm jealous of you. Although he got rocked, not only by John Scott, I forgot about that. Like fucking Carcillo got him.
Did he?
In that outdoor game.
Oh.
And because Shawn, I forgot to ask him this because he didn't get beat up that much at all. And I know Carcillo rocked him because they were going toe to toe, and then Thorty switched and tried to throw lefts, and Carcillo caught him with a right hook and put him down. I think in Philly in the outdoor game, and then Carcillo gets to the penalty box and goes to the fans and goes Wah! And puts up like the devil claws. I remember that, man. That was hardcore. But Thorty's like an honest dude, you know. He was talking about Bugard. Bugard gave him the shot because he fucking caught Gillies, and then Thorty got called up or something, and now Thorty's doing his thing, and he played pretty damn good, and all of a sudden they win a Stanley Cup. And then now his career is just, boom, let's go.
Can I ask you one other thing before we get to the interview?
Yeah.
You ever seen a leopard climb a tree?
Yeah, dude. I've seen a...
No, they hold like antelopes in their mouth as they're climbing.
They're stronger than fuck, dude. They are stronger than fuck. And if you're out there, those sons of bitches know exactly where you're at. You don't even know they're there. They're looking at you. Fuck yeah. They are so smart. They are so sneaky. And they'll creep up on you and they'll get you. You walk around, hey, even out here in Missouri, there's some mountain lions cruising around, especially out by me.
Oh, yeah.
They know exactly what you're doing, homie. You've probably walked by something that was staring at you into your soul.
Probably so.
And you're like, I'm walking. That motherfucker could have fucked you up. It's looking at you, Andy. That thing could take you by the neck, and crawl up a tree and fucking mowed out on your little ass.
But do you know that like a lot of the animals, they like especially cats, you probably don't know this, but a lot of the cat animals,
no, I don't.
You probably don't know this.
No, I never had a cat in my life. You out of your mind.
No, you probably don't know this, but which is cool. A lot of people probably don't know this.
What, Andy?
Like they'll suffocate you is how they kill you.
They go for your jugular.
Do you know what these people do? You know what the leopards do?
They go for your jugular.
They crush your skull.
Okay.
They crush your skull.
Depends on what you are, Andy. Crush your skull. don't get me wrong. No, they'll bite you in your neck and they'll bleed out.
They don't suffocate
They'll bite you in your neck and you'll bleed out. That's what they do. They carry you up by your neck. They'll carry you like a cat carries its kittens. And they'll carry you by the back of your neck. You can pick up a kitty cat like this, and pick it up in the back of their neck. It doesn't hurt them.
I know.
But that leopard will take you by the back of the neck, and you'd be like, "Oh God, help me, help Ty, help Ty."
When I was a kid, we had a kitty cat that had several litters, dude. It got pregnant all the time.
Keep it inside. Good God, Jesus, I'd get pregnant all the time. Why don't you keep the damn thing inside?
It would always get pregnant.
You would have an outdoor cat in a neighborhood, so it gets ran over by a car.
How is it getting pregnant all the time?
Because it's getting banged out
by other cats.
Yes, you got stray cats everywhere, Andy. You let your cat out because you probably it didn't have any food. You probably just throw it outside.
Her name was Felice.
Poor thing.
She was always pregnant.
Probably getting molested out there, and Andy just doesn't even keep the door open.
Can't believe you'd say that.
Well, he probably did. Poor thing. Good. All the neighborhood cats are like running trains on your cat because you're not taking care of it. That's animal abuse, in my opinion.
They're like, there's Felice.
Poor Felice is like hungry and starving, and she's like, can I hang out with the group because my family doesn't want me inside. And all the fucking big nasty cats in the fucking neighborhood.
Cats are a waste.
Stupid thing.
They bring no love to your house.
That's not true. Why am I so
Because
obsessed with my cat?
a dog will do that.
It's different kinds.
Cats
dude.
don't bring like that loving
Yes,
nature.
they do, dude. What are you talking about?
They're funny to watch.
If I had my cat here, listen. If I had little Boo Boo, she'd be sitting on my lap.
I'd be sneezing,
going this, taking her claws and going yang yang yang, and rubbing her claws in me because she's so comfortable, and then staring at me and smiling, and just sit right on my lap.
You're not like sneezing.
No,
and stuff?
man.
You're not
I'll just
allergic?
pet her. She'll sit in my lap. I could put her underneath my shirt with her head popping up like this, and she'll sleep. Yeah, she's my baby. Dude.
Underneath your shirt.
Yes. She'll get really warm. It's cold. I'll just put her underneath my shirt.
She's not sleeping with you when
No.
you're in the other room, is she? Like, she's not doing that.
No, because the dog's sometimes on the bed, but she wants to come in. But now, like, I kind of have to put her in her little thing.
Kate's never like, where's Cam?
With what?
Wait, you're sleeping in the other room.
No, she sleeps in the other room. I get up in the morning. I got to get up and take care of business in the morning, and she gets to sleep in. You know what I mean? So, like, if she doesn't want to, if I'm snoring like a son bitch, then she'll go upstairs. You know, she'll take one of the puppies up there, so she got someone to sleep with. But it's not healthy. But a lot of my buddies, man, they bought new houses and they got 2 master bedrooms for that.
Yeah,
reason.
I've heard a lot of people do that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Sometimes you can't sleep next to your significant other because they're annoying, or they snore, or they move around too much, or they have to get up early in the morning. If Kay had to get up early, if she had to do something at 8 o'clock, she would have to sleep up there more often.
I'll get the information out on my barbecue channel, by the way, too. I wanted to throw that out there, Cam. We'll get the information out
Despicable.
on my
Despicable.
YouTube channel
For
for my barbecue.
Andy's going to
channel.
barbecue some frozen steak tonight. Oh fuck, I'm coming over.
Put some sauce on that.
Despicable. Put some sauce on it. Yeah, that works. Drown it with sauce. That's when you know you're a bad barbecuer. You got to drown everything with sauce.
You want to go fishing? Would you go fishing with me?
I don't know.
We take a couple of video cameras.
You don't
and
do
some,
any like.
I'm going fishing, dude.
You're busy enough. You need to chill out.
Cam told me I shouldn't even go on vacation.
No, Andy's going on vacation. He's stressed out all the fucking time. He's doing so much shit. Sometimes I call him and he's in such a bad mood. I got to be like, fucking calm down. What are you doing?
Yeah, but
what are you doing right now?
Very rarely.
You're just overwhelmed with shit.
Very rarely.
You're just overwhelmed. Now you're going to go, you're going to Puerto Rico now or something? Like, why don't you just chill out?
Puerto Rico.
Why don't you just chill?
Like
You're like, I got to go on a vacation now. Like, that's a lot of money. You got 3 kids. Like, chill. Why don't you do some outdoor games in your backyard? Why don't you go to a park and do something cheap? Why do you got to go to Puerto fucking Rico?
Who's going to Puerto Rico?
You going to hang out with Yachty? Merlina? What are you doing down there? You're going to take 3 kids to Puerto Rico? That's going to cost you fucking the shit.
Ain't nobody going to Puerto Rico.
I just don't want you fucking stressed.
I don't know what you're talking
Where are you going then?
I don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. We're always going.
Why didn't you just go on a vacation? Why don't you chill for a bit?
Where do we go?
You went to Chicago. You brought your kids to Chicago. Andy's like, I have to go on a vacation. I have to. Okay,
No,
what am I going to do? I'm going to go to Chicago with 3 kids. And I'm like, why would you do that? Well, all you did was spend money on shopping. All you did. All the kids are like, what do we do? Oh, let's shop now. Like, it's hard to take kids to Chicago. Why would you even go to Chicago?
We did a lot of cool shit in Chicago.
Like, go to an aquarium? They're probably like, what are we doing? Like, my point is, if I had 3 kids, the last place I'm taking them is goddamn Chicago. Like, all you're doing is shopping and eating. Take them to somewhere where it's cheaper and they could, you could sit on a beach and do stuff.
We went up to 140th floor.
Cool. That's so cool.
It was a see-through bottom floor.
You're just paying. You're paying money.
Listen,
it's like, why don't you take them to Vegas?
Oh God!
And just go to the nicest. They don't even appreciate the food, and you're going to nice. You're just spending so much fucking money.
That's to keep my wife happy.
Well, tell her to. She not happy?
No, it's just to get out of town.
She not happy?
Get out of the routine.
What, going to yoga?
Just to get out of the routine,
Andy.
But we are.
That cost you $5,000.
I think we are looking to go to the beach.
Cost you $5,000?
No, it didn't.
I bet it did.
I think we are looking to go to the beach.
You guys were. She's shopping the whole fucking time with Chloe and Ivy. I'm like, God. I'm like texting you like, yeah, but you're in Chicago. That's the only thing you're doing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's the only thing you're doing. Take the kids in New York. You're shopping the whole time.
Pier.
You're going, yeah, but you're okay. I'm just saying, dude. If I'm
Chicago's a great city.
It's a great city, but to have 3 kids and go up there, you're just spending money, dude. They don't even appreciate the restaurants. They don't even know what they're buying. It's just a shopping trip. That's goddamn miserable to me. And you're just spending money. Why don't you just chill?
Well, I don't know where we're going.
Find something like
we might just go back to Colorado.
Go up to Mark Twain Lake or something and rent a cabin.
No, we might go back to Colorado
and rent a little boat. Doesn't cost you that much money, dude.
Or we'll go to Asheville, North Carolina.
That's far.
No, that's 8. It's like 8 hours. It's not bad.
It's just,
I don't mind driving, dude.
I just think there's other places around. I think
life is about experiences, dude.
I think you get swayed to go to places, and I don't think you necessarily want to do it. I think that you get pushed a little bit.
That's not
like
true.
we're going to Chicago with the kids. And you're like,
I didn't want to do that.
Like you just know that they're going to just shop the whole time.
I didn't really want to do that.
No way. I'm looking at your pictures, dude. I can look into your soul. I know you more than you even fucking know you.
You can tell.
I could tell. You're like, oh, cool. You're just taking pictures the whole time, and then you're eating, and then you're shopping, and you're like, you're fucking, your credit card's just getting racked the fuck up.
So,
God.
No, I would like to go back to that. I would like to go to the beach, but I wouldn't mind to go to the mountains. Dude, I got to see things, Cam. I got to get out, especially when it's hot as shit here in the summertime, dude. I got to get out of here.
Right,
you know,
you.
It kind of keeps your.
I feel like you're getting stressed out a little bit.
Keeps your mind fresh, and
he has to do something. You don't.
You kind of get re-energized. You got to
I don't think
recharge
you like
the
your
batteries.
I don't think you like your neighborhood. You got to get away that much. Fuck, I never want to leave my house. You're always like, we gotta go. I know you got kids, but it's like,
somebody help me out with this.
You need
vacation's good every once in a while.
You need to find a cheaper way to entertain those kids. A cheaper way where your wife's happy too. To where you find a little cabin, something that's not that fucking.
We've done that.
I know you have. But so, like, that's what I would do if I were you.
You spend a lot of money. She would have no problem. She'd go to, like, Michigan or Wisconsin and just get a cabin.
Why do you have to go to Michigan?
Because the weather's nicer.
Okay.
Way nicer.
You gotta go. We have to go to Michigan.
You want to be in
Why don't you go down southern Missouri?
Because it's 100 degrees, dude.
It's 100 degrees up there now, too.
No, it's not.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, no, dude, on the water?
It ain't 100 degrees here right now either. It's not. Let's look. We're
not going till July.
I'm just telling you. I worry about you and your attitude sometimes. And sometimes I got to tell you to calm the fuck down. And I think maybe you need to fucking have a movie night. Why don't you have a movie night instead of, we got to go to Chicago. We got to go here. Like, calm down a little bit.
They have movie nights.
I don't know. You're just on the go. So fucking, now you got to go out of town. It's like, damn, boy.
My kid's hockey tournament was canceled.
And that's another thing.
We were supposed to be in Chicago in June. It was canceled.
Man, oh man. Yeah, I'd rather you tweet like Tim Peel than travel.
Oh my God. I told you I get nervous and scared when people like want to like kill you on Twitter. I couldn't handle that.
I know. You got kids and shit. Like, it's like, I don't want people these psycho weirdos people on Twitter will try to ruin your career. They'll try to ruin your career, Andy. They'll clip off something of us talking here and shit at the Bally's.
One thing I won't do. And I know I put like that tweet out about Tampa Bay and stuff like that, but
it ain't no big deal.
But one thing, listen, I'm not going to kick you while you're down. A fan base, dude.
No.
Although I think it's goofy. The networks, like when you're down 3-0 in a series and then like you finally win a game. Mm-hmm. So now it's 3-1.
Yeah.
And you got to like show like 50,000 people like rioting in the streets of Toronto. I just think
they're goofy with all that
shit. That looks goofy,
and I think they understand that too.
It's like,
and they took a beating.
What are they all doing? Are you going down there if you live in Toronto? Are you watching the game at home? Are you going down to the town square?
No. Do I have a box? I don't do anything unless I have
I'm talking, it's a road game, dude. You live in Toronto. Mm-hmm. Are you going downtown to watch the game on a big screen downtown with like 50,000 other people?
Am I?
Yeah.
Why would you ask me that?
Are you doing that?
Why would I do that?
Answer the question.
I'm a goddamn princess. I'm not hanging out like that. I mean, oh, no.
I just can't. I mean, listen, I know they're excited, but it's not the Stanley Cup final, and you're down 3-0. Like most organizations, sure, they may have like a watch party or something like that, but it's not like. And then did you see the Panthers, by the way?
No.
Their watch party.
Was it small?
Well, just compared to Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's just a little different.
Fuck, man. It's hard, man. There's a lot of things.
Hey, there's a lot of organizations left that have never won a Stanley Cup before, Cam.
There's a lot of things to do in Florida, man, besides watch hockey.
And they're not all from there.
There's a lot of, no shit.
They're from Toronto, actually.
They're from all over the place. They're from Florida. They're from I'm sorry. They're from New York.
They're from Canada, too.
From Canada. They're from Missouri.
A lot of Canadians live there in the winter. Did you know?
Andy,
everybody's moving to Florida. A lot of people move to Florida in the winter.
Everybody's moving to Florida, man. Everybody's moving to Florida.
That's the state taxes?
Yeah, there's a lot of perks in Florida. There's a lot of perks to live in Florida.
Would you move there?
Yeah, I would.
See, Cam, sometimes I need to be in the mountains, in the woods. and breathe.
Chicago doesn't have any mountains, brother.
That was different. That was a
It's
quick
this is
trip.
such a
That's a 4-hour drive.
It's a waste of money. That was a waste of money.
Okay, but okay, fine.
It
I didn't want to go there.
I know you didn't. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
you don't think I know that?
But I do want to go to Colorado.
That's fine. If you're going to spend the money, go to Colorado and do it right. But to be like, we have to do something because I know you get a little, you get pushed to do things. Yeah. Sometimes you need to put your little foot down, even though you have little sandals on and look stupid. Put your foot down and say, no, we don't need to go to Chicago with 3 kids and spend money on fucking nothing, on all this bullshit, and everything's expensive. You're just shopping.
Well, it's because all my kids' friends, they all go like all over for spring break.
They have rich, wealthy friends.
And
don't put yourself in that
category. Always travel.
You're not in their category
because I might be working.
Their dad works for fucking some law firm, and he makes
He's a plastic surgeon.
Yes, you see, Andy's in a bubble. Andy's in such a weird bubble where he has to hang out with the bubble he's in with wealthy people. And he looks and compares to what they do with their family, and he's like, I gotta keep up with the Joneses because I gotta look cool when I go to the Creve Coeur Racket Club. I gotta look cool when I go see these people at these events that I go to. And Andy has to try to keep up with them. It's just a bad way to think, dude. You don't have to go. Well, they went out of town. We have to go out of town. You need to calm the fuck down, homeboy, because I saw your attitude this weekend.
Well, you were a little. You caught me at a bad time.
And did I not calm you down?
Yeah, but
did I not calm you down?
Cut me some slack on that.
I did. I got you, and I did catch you some slack. Yeah. I don't want to see you fucking stressed out, man. It
was just I was.
You got a lot on your fucking plate.
I was trying to get out of the house and trying to get to I
had to calm you the fuck down. Is what I had to do. Jesus.
I
need you happy and not stressed. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
I'm not very stressed. I'm not a very stressed person.
Sometimes you get a little about it. And I need to, you got a lot going on. And you just need to sit back and be like, okay, I need some help with some shit. Or I need to take some shit off my plate. That's all. That's all. You don't think I know you.
Should I get a nanny?
You don't think yeah, maybe.
From Brazil? What do you call those?
Oh, Andy.
What do you call those girls?
Andy, you want me to come over?
What do they call them?
If you want me to come over.
No, what do you call them? They come from Brazil, Cam. They come from all over,
They can come from Ukraine. They can come from fucking Russia. They can come from South America.
They do everything, dude.
Get a hot nanny. I'll come over, and we'll have a watch hocky party.
They're not very expensive.
And I'm like, Kate, I'm going to Andy's. And she'll be like, go ahead.
It's called an au pair.
If I say I'm going to your house, Kate will be like, gosh, that's fine. And then she won't even know that you got a 6-foot Brazilian.
So I'll let you know where we decide on going, Cam. You guys should come with us.
Man,
hey, actually, listen, let me ask you this. A travel agent said to me, would you guys do a trip? And all the listeners come along too.
I mean,
no, you gotta host them.
If I had a ton of money, I would have every listener come to a place, and I'd fly them all in and have a huge fucking party with side-by-sides and a big bonfire and fucking party, have cabins everywhere, just fucking all of us just do our thing, have fucking booze.
It's called a ranch.
Yeah, if I had a ton of money, I'd fly all the listeners in.
Well, if I get my farm, then maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, they're gonna cook they're gonna eat your frozen steak, still frozen in the middle. Good Lord, that's just.
It wasn't frozen in it.
I'm gonna shit you do.
It gave that sound.
I do stupid shit. But some of it.
So my Blackstone, I'll let you know how that goes and where you can find my barbecue content.
Yeah, man. People be like, fuck. Andy's barbecuing again. I want to know this recipe this time. Take it frozen and put it right on the trailer.
Cameos are on sale too. I can do.
My cameos are blowing up.
Did you cash out?
I don't know. No, not yet. But I don't know why they're blowing up all the time now.
Because because I'm talking about cameos.
I had 2 today.
They're like the listeners are like some of our guests. Like when I'm talking, they think it's you. You know. So I'm talking about my cameos are on sale. So they're actually probably thinking that it's me. Or it's you talking, but it's actually me. And they're going to your cameo.
I got one that's a 24-hour one for $187. Bunch of fluorescent St. Louis boys, big party group. Let them have it. Gonna pay my mortgage because of that. Somebody goes, for Colin, he's a solid dude, loves hockey. Grateful to have him as a friend. Oh, I got you on there.
Turn the video on right now. Let me go to work for him. Let's go.
No.
Turn the video on. Let's go.
You want to do the 24-hour one?
Come on.
Let's see.
Colin, baby.
Colin. Grad school buddies, Lake of the Ozarks. Oh, they're going to Lake of the Ozarks. Well, I got to do this by myself.
Okay.
Being washed up hockey, baseball players, terrible golfers, degenerate losers. What's something special? Bunch of Florissant St. Louis boys party. Oh yeah, I got this. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't even know what to say.
I'll fucking tell them what to do down the fucking Lake of the Ozark, boy.
Don't
get in a boat with a dipshit.
It'll be 100 degrees.
Don't you? Yeah, but there'll be fucking broads cruising, man. You can find whatever you want down there, dudes, and just don't get into a boat with some fucking weirdo dipshit Hoosier.
Hire a driver.
Hire a driver. Get fucking pay for the boat.
Oh, now you're okay with that?
Because if they don't have a boat down there, you have to hire a driver.
Okay, well, you always gave me shit because I hire my driver.
You were on a pond.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Lake Tahoe, dude.
Get out of here, dude.
It wasn't Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe's not even that. Dude, you could have drove in Lake Tahoe, to be honest. Yeah, but you have 3 kids and you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Where am I going to find the boat?
You rent it. You rent a boat.
You got to drive it.
Yeah, you don't know how to drive. That's why you need to rent. But, like, if these guys know how to drive, but the Lake of the Ozarks is different than Lake Tahoe.
Remember he was going like 180 miles an hour?
Yeah, with your children creeping out your wife.
Ty almost flew out of the boat.
He's staring at your wife the whole time. And he's just sitting back there taking it. You got some 18-year-old kid. Probably don't even know what the fuck he's doing. Driving you around with your kids 80 miles an hour. Figure it out, Andy. These guys, though, I'd hire a driver and just chill. Tip them out at the end.
Who's winning the Stanley Cup?
Carolina.
Okay, I said that.
Well, I can't believe that, too. I don't know.
Who's your favorite player on Carolina?
Svechnikov.
He's hurt.
I know, but he's my favorite player.
I like that Martinuk.
He's good, too.
Fast. Jesper Fast.
Yeah, I mean, they're good, man. They're a damn good team. Damn good team. I'm excited. About
Jacob Slavin.
He's good. Logs a lot of minutes.
Dougie Hamilton.
Huh?
Where's Dougie Hamilton playing nowadays?
Fucking Jersey. Don't edit that out. Don't edit. No. Don't edit that out.
I was thinking, I'm thinking Boston.
Brody, don't. Even if he calls you later today, don't do that.
No, he'll take it out.
Because sometimes, like,
no, because I didn't say that right.
Even Wides is like, the owner listened, and he was pumped up about it. He listened to the podcast, Chris Weidman.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, I didn't even know who the owner was.
Said the owner listened.
Yeah, I didn't know the owner of the Montreal Canadiens, Mr. Molson. And I look like an asshole there. And I said, keep that in.
Dude, I'll get him on.
Keep that in. Get him on, then.
We'll get on Mr. Molson. That's Mr.
Dougie
Molson
Hamilton.
I knew he's on Jersey.
No, you didn't.
Because their D's amazing.
No, you didn't.
Too. Yeah, I did.
Just got done watching him, dude.
Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Hair Club and hairclub.com. Cam, take that pill. What does it do for you?
Well, it grows your hair out. Just like that.
Does it do anything else? Or?
Grows your beard, too.
Okay. Not
your back hair. Just your hair and your beard. Which, I need my hair done. You need your beard done. You don't have a beard.
I don't. I just shaved, though. If I let it go, it would get very itchy.
Real thick, yeah.
My chest is very hairy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Damn. You just don't have much hair on your body, which is fine. It's all good. Your hair looks fine up top, but you can't grow a beard or anything. Not at all. I could tell, dude. When did you shave? 3 weeks ago?
No, yesterday.
Okay. Just asking.
Before I went to graduation.
And he's got to do everything. Not even his daughter's graduation. Somebody else's. Somebody invites you to their graduation.
My niece, dude. So next week, on next Monday, my nephew's graduating.
You got to go sit for 3 hours again. Just don't go.
So my whole family on my side is like kind of mad at me right now because my nephew graduated college this past. I'm like the only one from the family that didn't go.
Go to what?
To Syracuse, where he graduated.
Jesus, fuck that.
I was like, what? To go in on a Friday and then leave on a Sunday?
Surprised you didn't.
And
Andy says yes to everything.
To drop a couple grand. The travel from here to Syracuse, just so people know, it's like a 10-hour day. There's no direct flights. Dude, I'm like, I got to lay
St. Louis,
like 6 hours.
Yeah, nope.
And I love my nephew, man. I wanted to be there. Everyone else went, but it's like my son. He's got like a game Friday night. He had a baseball game Saturday.
And there's a lot of shit that I do that I don't make people come do it with me. Okay, like no offense.
So I'm getting
like,
text
there's a lot
messages,
of shit.
Cam.
They're
like, we're having a great time. You were sorely missed.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, now I got.
I saved $4,000. Thank you. And I'm here and not in Syracuse. Like I love you, but like ain't that big of a fucking deal.
I sent him a text and like I'm gonna send him a present.
So yeah, that's it. Money. He needs me there to watch him. Like no, that's internal family shit. You don't need you get bullied into do a lot of things. I think. To where you're just like, motherfucker, but you just do it. Mm-hmm. You got to put your foot down, dude. You really do. Like, that's ridiculous. You got to go to Syracuse and pay your own way? Are you out of your fucking mind with 3 kids? out of here.
And then get a hotel.
Get a hotel and food.
And rent a car.
Get out of here.
I had to rent a car because...
It's just ludicrous, man. Ludicrous. That's all. Put your fucking foot down. Driving yourself nuts doing all this shit. Scrambling, like keeping everything afloat. Like, we have to go on vacation. I gotta spend money. I gotta leave. Calm down. So camp out in your backyard. You got a nice backyard. Why don't you put a little tent up back there and make a little fire and act like you're somewhere and doesn't cost you any goddamn money.
And barbecue.
Barbecue and listen to music and maybe scare the kids and have like a little, like do stuff like that. You gotta go to fucking Chicago. We gotta go here. I gotta go to Syracuse for my friend's brother's sister's cousin. I gotta go see him and graduate. Don't know his name, but I gotta fly up there with 3 kids. You're crazy. Stop. God damn. Fuck, I don't even go to Blues games when I'm invited.
Do you think stress leads to losing hair?
Fuck yes.
Really?
Fuck yes. When I was digging out of painkillers, I could see my hair fall out. When I was stressed out withdrawing off of this fucking heroin, I would see my hair fall out. Like literally fall out.
Which countries do you think have the most?
Most what?
Bald people. Like, what would you say?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
What's the most stressed country?
I would say you would think you'd be stressed out in a third world country, but I think that you're just used to it. But I think in the United States, obesity causes hair loss. Just lack of nutrition does.
How come everyone's obese in
Missouri
in
the United States?
United States.
Because you have endless amount of nasty food, and junk food is cheaper than nice food. The fucking shit that you spend money on, holy motherfucker! You expense like the healthy food's expensive.
So expensive.
Junk is not. That's why.
Isn't that reverse of what it should be?
Yeah.
That's why I invest in First Form.
You're goddamn right.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Say that fast.
First Form, what? Say it again.
Say that 3 times fast.
Say it again.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Firstform.com/Cam and motherfucking Strick. Boy.
Okay, now you just confuse people because that's not the link.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Get on with yourself.
And real quick, though, before that, lots of solutions in different locations for you at Hair Club. 800-279-7878. That is the phone number, Cam. 800-279-7878.
Hell yeah.
So go to Hair Club and go there today. I talked to some great people there over the weekend, too.
They're the best. They treat me so freaking good, dude. Make it comfortable in there and
they
stuff
probably
like
know
that.
Shawn.
Shawn who?
Thornton.
God. Oh, maybe.
I'm sure they do.
Well, he's got a thick head of hair, man.
Dude, they got Hair Club signage all over the dashers.
Oh, I bet you he knows.
Dude, come on.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Shawn Thornton, yeah.
Yeah, he knows Shawn.
I don't know where you're going.
He's got that boxer jaw.
Yeah, he does.
Like, you kind of have that, too.
Yeah, and you don't.
And Chris Neal kind of, a couple guys kind of have that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're fighters.
Is that what you are? Were you a fighter?
I was a player and fighter. I was everything. Not like I scored goals, but like you still got to play hockey. I was in the Quebec League going squaring off and not even playing the game.
Upset if the other team didn't have a guy that you were going to fight that night?
No,
or would you be like,
over.
oh, nice.
It's a nice day off. Depends on what it is, you know. If Boogeyman wasn't over there, I'd be like, okay, cool. Stevie Mac went over there, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Stevie Mac.
But there's some guys I'm like, I want to fight.
Stevie Mac.
I want to put on a show.
Would dust you.
Yeah, he'd get me, man, pretty good.
I would too.
I told him that too. I'm like, he'd be really. And we talked to Shawn about it. Fucking Thorty's like, oh God. I go, you don't know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he knew.
I go, motherfucking Big Stevie goddamn Mac, who listens to this fucking. He's gonna fucking chirp your fucking ass too.
Who, Stevie Mac?
Yes,
for
about
what?
your stupid fucking frozen steaks.
Stevie Mac, you come over for a steak.
He ain't going to your house.
You want anytime. I'll help you.
Dude, I
over.
saw a picture of him. He's on his horse in Saskatchewan with the sun going down. Endless beauty of just rolling hills, and he's like,
so that's what I want to do.
I'm a goddamn cowboy.
For my vacation, dude. I want to go to Wyoming and be on a ranch.
That'd be cool. See, at least you get stuff out of now.
Are you okay with that one?
Depends on how much money you're spending. You can bring your kids up to a ranch. Like I don't know if
here's the deal.
Why don't you go with you and your girls?
I looked at Maine, like to go up on the coast, up in Maine, which is beautiful. The weather's great this summertime, but Cam, everywhere is so expensive right now.
Why don't you simplify? Just simplify. You could go and camp out somewhere. It's 45 minutes away for nothing.
Dude, there's
with your kids, like you have
Missouri bugs and mosquitoes and dude, I gotta get to the higher elevation.
Andy's got to keep up with his nerdy ass fucking friends.
I gotta get to the higher elevation.
He's got nerdy friends that like make money and they're like, we do this. So Andy's like, I have to be that way. I want to be like them. Do your own thing.
Oh man,
spending money all the goddamn time.
I'll tell you what,
stresses
I do know.
You out.
Well,
it does, and I have to hear about it.
That's okay.
You need to calm down.
You could be that. You can be that sounding board.
Yeah, but like I don't want to have to deal with that all the time because you're fucking going on vacation every 2 seconds, dude. Because you're getting pressured into doing it.
Pressured.
You got 3 kids.
There's a
They
lot.
They don't even know what's going on.
There's a lot of pressure.
Andy goes on vacation with the kids. They're just sitting there like, I want to get out of here. Like it's just like
no, they're not, dude. They love vacation.
Oh, they love Chicago. Oh, I bet
they actually did.
Walking into fucking Neiman Marcus. They had a blast, I bet.
Wait, I found
spending money.
I found the secret arcade at the hotel. Did I tell you that?
You can have an arcade in your basement. So Andy's like, we went to Chicago. There's an arcade there. Well, why don't you play video games in your basement?
Would you want an arcade in your basement?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll get us
those old school ones are like $5,000 a piece, dude.
My in-laws have
they're expensive.
They have like Mario Brothers.
They're all in one. You could play every one of those games, Mortal Kombat to fucking Street Fighter 2 and all.
No, they have the old school. They have like a Pac-Man.
They have all of it in one thing.
They have a Pitfall.
You know my buddy Mike? He's got all that in his basement.
Does he?
They're like fucking literally $10,000.
I want to go over to his house.
Yeah, it's cool. He was at my house all weekend.
Was he?
Went to Hawthorne Inn together.
Maybe I'll take.
He's a member on St. Albans now.
Maybe I'll take the side-by-side over there.
Well, you don't have one. You don't have one, Andy.
What's the Hawthorne Inn?
It's way out in Labadie, Missouri. It's really cool. Very historic. It's a little cute little town with that goes back to fucking.
You think Laurie would like that and stuff?
Yes. Oh yeah. You drive out there, you go through scary, like you go through these like rolling hills. There's a huge, like I remember my mom and dad took me out to Labadie, Missouri when I was a kid. And it took us like an hour to get there because we live way the fuck out in the middle of the woods and you have to go in there. And I remember just like watching, and it's like you're like on a vacation, man, and all of a sudden you see this big power plant. My dad's showing, and all of a sudden you see this huge thing.
I'm already bored.
And you have
I'm already bored. We haven't even gotten there yet.
You go to this little cute little town, and there's some damn good food, little restaurants right there.
Nobody wants to go there.
Very historic. It's cool. It's cool. No, go to Chicago and have your wife spend $4,000 at Neiman Market.
The Hawthorne Inn.
Yeah.
Is it a hotel?
No, it's a restaurant, and it has all kinds of
Who
cool
all went?
adage. What?
Who went?
Just a couple couples of ours cruised down there, man. There's a little bar.
Did Mike pay for your dinner?
God damn right. And so
you're a cheap ass.
Well, that's why you invite me places, you're paying for it. Like that's how it goes. He was at my house, and I had to host a little pre-party, and then that's what happens. And then it was weird. Like my neighbor Wes,
dude, you could have invited us to go to that.
I was thinking about it, actually. But you got 3 kids. You wouldn't.
Saturday night?
You're all over the place.
We had some other shit done.
Yeah. No, I know you did.
How do you get those grease stains that get into your concrete from your barbecue pit?
Ooh, you got to put something down on that mug.
So I have a little bucket, and I forgot to put the bucket up.
Oh, there you go. There's a little bucket that hangs down.
So it's like black tar, like everywhere.
You
had a crazy rainstorm yesterday, which is good.
Good, because that's going to attract nastiness. Just so you know. Yeah, grease will attract ants. All that stuff. So just watch that. You got to clean that.
I got to get somebody to come over and power wash that.
You got to power wash that off, dude. You got to put a mat down underneath that, dude, on your concrete.
What kind of mat?
Like a barbecue mat.
Oh, you have those?
Yes. God damn, dude.
I'm an ambassador, and I don't even have one of those.
Man, you drive me nuts.
I'll look for a barbecue mat.
Don't have that grease fall on that.
Barbecue, send me a barbecue mat.
Yeah, but don't have that grease fall on that concrete,
You got
dude.
that vinaigrette coming, dude.
You got that expensive fucking barbecue, or that concrete fucking slab back there. That's expensive.
Yeah.
When your house, what you have back there.
Yeah.
Don't put grease on that, dude. Put a mat down. God damn.
Hey, what's our TikTok? What's our TikTok account? At Cam Strick on TikTok.
Yeah, man. Pump that up. We're going to do our YouTube. Check our YouTube out.
Is it at Cam Strick on YouTube, too?
Should be. Yeah, Cam Strick Podcast,
Cam Strick Podcast, baby.
Yeah, check that mug out. We have all the episodes from back in the day. We got like almost 300 now.
Dude, it's interesting because I don't want to be annoying about it, but like it's funny because he talks about whenever somebody comes on here, they talk about a specific like historical moment.
Yeah.
Like a hit or a fight and we've had all these guys on that he's talking about, that have given each side of their of their story. And it's interesting to hear it all come together.
I agree.
You ever had a negotiation before a game like Mark Recchi and Billy Guerin had about Matt Cook?
Oh, fuck yeah.
A negotiation.
Who's going to kill who?
Do you understand what I mean by that?
Say it again.
A negotiation.
Yeah.
You know, like what a negotiation.
No, Andy. What?
So, like, here's how it goes. So, like, something happened in a previous game, Cam.
Uh-huh.
Like somebody got hit really hard.
Yeah.
And then the next time the two teams meet up, you at center ice have to negotiate with a player on the other team exactly how to handle the situation.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we used to do that at Parkway North back in the day.
Teach me about that, please.
When I took a slash from somebody at Parkway Central, and then the next time we played them, we had to negotiate how we were going to handle it.
Yeah. I know. No, you've been through a lot of stuff, dude.
So the negotiation, give me a negotiation you ever had.
There's a bunch. There was a bunch.
Did you ever, like, I'm sure you did. Give me an example of a game where it was like a payback. Oh, well, you had the game with, what's his name? Caberlet, dude.
Yeah.
That was a negotiation.
Yeah.
Although you probably didn't negotiate it.
I got to pay the piper.
But listen,
I'm not going to go fight Brian McCabe. I got to fight fucking Wade.
Okay, but here's the deal. So they had the negotiation, and then Shawn Thornton fights Matt Cook. He didn't really get to really, like, beat the piss out of him.
Yeah.
And then the other guys on the other bench after that, the Ruppers of the world, maybe, I don't know if Goddard was on the team or
maybe.
I forgot who else maybe he said. It was like, hey, are we good now? And the the Bruin players are like, yeah, no, we're good now. But, like, are you really good? Like, he knocked your guy out, basically almost ended his career, and you maybe got a punch or two in on that.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to let it go, man. What are you going to do? Just jump the guy every time he comes on the ice
Maybe.
and get a penalty?
You got to, like, really get him.
Yeah, like, you could always get him. You can always get him when you get him, dude. Like, you can't just do it all in one game because you're going to lose that game. Depending on the situation, man. Like, it just depends on the situation.
Like what Justin Falk fought in Kadri.
Oh, yeah, that really set us apart.
That was a negotiation.
How stupid is that? Poor Justin Falk has to fight Kadri. Did nothing. No, it's over now. No, somebody's got to get him, dude. But now you got to wait. And I don't know who's going to be on the Blues team next time they play that's really going to care. Everything changes, too,
Hey, if I was a team, man, I'd be looking at that Trent Frederick. If they can't sign him,
fuck yeah, man, that boy,
trade for his ass.
Damn right.
That's the biggest mistake Jim Montgomery made. It wasn't just sitting Trent Frederick, but just he had that belief and that trust in his players all season long, dude. And then you got to crunch time, the biggest moments, and maybe it feels like you lose that trust a little bit. You start sitting guys out that you.
Yeah, well, they're deep.
I know
they're deep.
I know. So listen, I'm not trying to like chirp Monty and all that, but. I think that trust between player and coach, though, Cam, is very, very important.
Yeah, of course. But he's
yeah,
ain't that big of a deal. He's going to be just fine. I didn't understand it. They're a deep team.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always something. Like, Montgomery's not just like, yeah, I'm just going to do this. Like, there's probably something involved,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Hey, listen.
Oh, no, you didn't.
First Farm, baby. FirstFarm.com/Cam Strick. Get it and get it today. Download the app. Now, that's one of the most important things. That's probably the first step, Cam. Download the app.
Yeah, get that mug.
Like,
dude.
what's the first step?
Download the fucking app.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, you didn't react very quickly.
It's easy. Download the app, and then you're like, dude, you got all kinds of just information.
You got bars, you got supplements, you
can
shakes,
learn how to work out on
apparel. I know, they teach you everything. And they handle the nutrition. It's like an Apple Watch, too. They keep track of your steps and everything.
Yeah, I know. It actually makes it a lot easier.
We're going out there Thursday to work out. We got an interview beforehand, and then we're heading out there to work out.
That's fine. Cool.
So just be ready to be focused.
I'll stretch out and make sure I throw some weight around for you. Andy.
I'll probably go to stretch you beforehand.
Yeah, that's cool. Stretch me. You don't even have the strength to stretch me, man. I'm fucking
tight, stretch you is where I'm going to go probably beforehand.
With the wife? Is there ananybody? I'm not even going to get into it.
Well, I got a lot of comments. That was crossing
Is
the line.
Sven going to stretch you?
Was crossing the line.
I'm just saying. The wife's in there. So god awful.
First form, baby.
What's she doing? Well, she's getting stretched out.
That's what they do.
Well, what happened?
It's a place you go to
get
get
hurt?
stretched.
Did she get hurt? No. She just gets
It's a place you go to get
Finn
stretched.
stretched her out 3 times a week.
That's where you
Pretty
go
cool.
to get
Yeah,
stretched.
no, I know. That's normal. I'd be like, Kate, go to that handsome
I've
son of a
got the
bitch.
chocolate mint
Go to that
bars
handsome
right
guy,
now
Kate.
and the
I'll pay for it.
peanut butter lover bars.
God, Andy.
Chocolate mint
Oh, God.
and peanut butter lovers. Mix those two together.
I hear
with
that.
some avocado ice cream
I
and some
hear that.
caramel sauce.
God damn right.
Oh my
God dang good, boy.
Please take me there.
Dang good.
First form, Nick, we're coming.
Yeah, baby.
Tell everyone.
Now, we'll be there Thursday.
Just honestly be ready to go.
Yeah, I won't embarrass you, man. My bad.
Because last time it was a little...
I wasn't throwing enough weight around. I
weren't.
know. What am I doing?
SparksandSparks.com.
Fucking Seth. He's like torturing animals.
I
and
was
shit.
thinking, oh my God. I was
He
thinking
is.
we
No,
wouldn't even
there's
get
dead,
into
no.
this
There's
time.
dead cats in the basement.
Who is Seth?
Oh, Seth is the one sharpening your fucking skates. And he's like doing weird things to animals, you know? He's like, there's dead chipmunks everywhere. There's cats that are missing in the neighborhood. Like, he's doing weird things and he's burying them. Now they're finding like weird bones and shit in the basement in his room. Like, it ain't good. It ain't good. But no, he'll sharpen your skates. Oh, fuck, it's all good.
How does he get away with that?
Well, the
Like
parents.
nobody knows.
Parents don't know. They smell weird things in the basement.
And he's at the hockey shop all the time. He must be
I know.
doing good things.
Like, they go in his room and they're like, there's a weird stench to it. Why? What is
So
going? And
instead
then
of
they
looking around when,
No, they
when
get
Seth
out.
gets home, they're like, Seth,
Seth,
can you clean your room?
But that stench is still there.
It's the animals.
I know.
Okay,
So-
well,
and
that-
it might
it's
be
starting to come together.
Oh, there's
It's
some
starting to come
things
together.
going
This
on.
is why you get a Sparks.
And then like the neighbors are like, I keep seeing somebody
This
creeping through my daughter's window.
is exactly why you get a Sparks.
Fucking Seth, weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo.
Get a Sparks, dude.
Get a spark. Like, simplify. Like, what the
Sharpen
fuck?
your own skates. Otherwise, this is the guy
He's
who's
killing animals.
This is the guy who's sharpening your skates.
Weirdo. Fucking Cheetos in
He's
his
got
belly
like no
button.
personality. You're like,
No
he's
personality.
He's like, what kind
He's killing
of
animals.
grind do you want on these?
He's a fucking weirdo. Why are you going to him? Why are you supporting that company? Holy fuck.
You'd leave
They
there.
fucking hire Seth. He's got fucking animal fucking blood on him.
And you leave there
Weirdo.
uncomfortable.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, he's looking at you. He knows you got daughters, too. He's a fucking weirdo. I'm just saying he's a fucking weirdo.
Use our promo code Cam Strick. Avoid Seth. Don't get your skates sharpened at the hockey shop.
Satan
Do
Seth.
it yourself.
Goddamn weirdo.
Bellman&Bellman.com. Located where?
Try.
At Bellman, you get know what?
God dang, swinging motherfucking dicks. Coming out, swinging their dick around, acting like they're tough. Sit the fuck down.
They're just trying to sell you
Goddamn
a
weird. Fuck
car,
that.
dude.
Sell my wife a car. My wife's fucking weirded out. Swinging his fucking dick. Bragging about beating me up and I get the fuck out of my face. Fuck you up. That doesn't happen in fucking Bellman. Good. Kate was there. Kate can go in there and they're fucking sweet. They're sweet to her. She goes anywhere else, man. You got that fucking dink ball coming out swinging his dick. Like, babe, get over here, woman.
Hey,
I need to talk to you about your
guys.
fucking... That Kane Jansen, he's a fucking pussy. Okay?
What
Fuck
do you,
that guy.
What do you think? Like,
I'll fuck him
because you
up.
know when she first is out there in the lot, and he's telling all the other guys, "Hey, I
playing with
got her,
himself.
I got her, I got her,
I got
one."
this one.
Hey, but then when he comes back to the office and she's still outside, what's he telling all the other?
She wants me. Fucking wants me. We're talking about that fucking Kane Jansen. Fuck that motherfucker. I bagged his ass up in
Kane
high school.
That's Kane
That's
Jansen's
Kane
wife.
Jansen. That's their Kane Jansen's wife. She fucking wants me. Fucking idiot.
You
God.
won't find that at Bellman, though. I can tell you that.
God,
Located
no.
in Troy, Missouri.
God, no, dude.
Buick GMC. Nothing wrong with that Buick, man. It is unbelievable. Lots of selection for everybody and all different types of vehicles, including that Enclave, Cam.
Damn right.
Captain seats, frosted white, tan leather. Great for family trips.
And you go on plenty of those.
And the GMC is amazing. I want one of them Yukons, boy.
You need to calm down a little bit.
I want one of them Yukons.
You need to calm down. And
On the other
regroup.
side, you got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You still driving that Jeep?
Yeah. Well, I drove it all weekend because it was nice weather. It's beautiful out
In the rain, dude?
I took that thing on the highway and it freaked me out. Not going to lie to you.
Why?
because I had everything off, and I'm cruising down the highway.
Your legs like is hanging out.
Oh, I got
vertigo.
It hit me because it was shaking. It was windy, and I'm on 44. I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have done this. And I got tractor trailers flying by me 100 miles an hour.
That wouldn't happen to most people.
No, I know, but the doors were off, and I just got a little weirded out. And then I got off the highway, and then I'm in the back roads. I'm like, there we go. Now I'm good. Yeah. I'm just not good on the highway.
That's where I feel the most comfortable.
Well, God, the wind was, Andy, it was like shaking me around. Yeah. But then I drive that thing like a side-by-side, dude. I cruise all the back roads out by me, man. It's so fun,
You know what we call that?
What do you call it in Creve Coeur?
Mudding.
Mudding, yeah, you do.
So I like going mudding. That's where I feel the most comfortable.
Yeah, that's your boys out there, man. Everybody in Creve Coeur goes mudding a lot, you know, especially at that racket club.
It's a Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on the other side, Cam. All located right there in Troy, Missouri, so check it out. All right, Shawn Thornton. Great dude. Played a long time.
Great guy, yeah.
He's a Stanley Cup winner.
2-time.
Once. And it's 1 time.
What'd you say?
1-time Stanley Cup winner.
Are you sure about that?
No, it's 2 times because he won in Anaheim, too.
God, are you fucking off to... What is wrong with you?
Well, I had to think it through. He won in Anaheim.
He's thinking about the next vacation he's got to go on. He's got to set up the next vacation he's got to go on. He's got to go on a vacation,
He's most known for his...
he's got to go on a vacation.
Boston.
Of course, but he still won in 2007, dude.
He did.
Yes. God damn.
I had to think about that for a second. Listen, I recovered very quickly.
Jesus.
I recovered very quickly.
And he's got a lot on his mind, man.
Over 700 games and 400 plus fights. That's a lot, dude.
Damn right.
How many do you think you had? 100?
God. What? My whole life?
No, in the NHL. He had 400 plus in the NHL.
In the NHL. I don't know. 150 or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But then the American League, I had 74 in 1 year. Okay, so that's a lot. And then in juniors, God, I was having 45 a year. And then, a shit ton of fights, dude. Mm-hmm. Hundreds.
Do you remember the first fight you ever had? In like a league that allowed fighting?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What was that with the Sting?
Yep, I got caught. Oh. A big boy, 20-year-old, caught me. Cut me right open. I went to high school the next day. Everybody's like, wow, Cam, what happened to you? I go, yeah, what's up? And I loved it. He fist pumped me, and I didn't get hurt, but he cut me open, and all the girls were like, give me attention. I go, fuck yeah. I'm going to do this again.
Wait a minute. So
baby, let's go.
You didn't get any punches in?
Oh, no, he fist pumped me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was fucking 15.
Were you on the team to provide that type of role?
This was in training camp when I didn't make the team when I was 15.
Oh.
Because I got hurt my back, which is really weird. I was about to make that team when I was 15 years old. Fighting guys, and the first guy I fought cut me open, and I got up and I fought another guy and I did better, and I fought another guy, but that guy caught me and I got cut in my eye, and I went to school and I got so much attention, and I'm like, I love this.
Were you afraid to fight?
Fuck no, it made me want to do it like all the time. I got attention from girls, and I'm like, fuck yes. Just like Shane O'Brien said, and I know it sounds goofy, but I'm thinking the same way. I did that. Because I'm crazy, I know, and I love fighting, but I liked it because I got attention.
Yeah.
And girls loved it. Mm-hmm. They did.
I know.
And then I'm like, I know you know.
I know you know.
That. But I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go to the bar with my knuckles bloody in a nice suit with a little cut on my eye. You're goddamn right.
I cut my face in pond hockey one time.
Oh, girls are all over you,
Andy. On the pond.
Girls are all over you when that
happened. And I had a broken ankle one time.
No, they ain't sexy. You get a couple cuts over your face. Well, you break your ankle, now your foot smells because you got a cast.
I had 20 stitches in my face, too.
Andy's always got to one-up me. Andy's got to always one-up me. No matter what I do, it's like he's got to one-up me on everything, dude. Like, you know.
Hey, you want to get to Shawn Thornton?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
How many fights did you have?
A lot.
Yeah, I think I had a lot, too.
Probably more than 800.
Shawn Thornton, baby, on this edition of the Cam Strick Podcast. Hairclub.com, baby.
Oh, you're damn right.
Go to our landing page today, hairclub.com/Cam and Regrow, restore, and replace that hair.
Don't wait.
Now to the interview.
Good morning.
Big
Thorty.
Shawn. What up?
What's up?
Welcome into the show.
What up, man?
I'm so happy this isn't a Zoom call.
No shit,
Listen,
dude.
Cam, I can't put Cam on video. You know that, Shawn.
I look hideous. I'm a hideous mutant now, dude. Where you at, man?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the office, so
of course
I'm here daily, just chained to the desk. So
flip-flops on, You got sunscreen going.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, no, I'm inside waiting the heat.
Chief Revenue Officer.
Yeah.
Now, like, we've had owners on, we've had general managers, coaches,
everybody.
but we have never had a Chief Revenue Officer on the show. So you're the first, Shawn. So
Wow,
thanks for being the first ever.
Honored.
Yeah, what does that even fucking mean? Like, what does it mean?
So the job description is I oversee all ticket sales and service, corporate partnerships, biz development, community and foundation endeavors for the franchise. So I have 3 VPs that report into me. Very lucky that they're all smart and talented and make me look good daily.
Of course you do. This guy's he's an executive.
God.
I mean, if I would have
This is
told
true.
you back in the day, Shawn, like you're grinding it out, you're trying to find your way to the NHL, and I'd be like, oh, you're going to be like a suit and tie executive one day.
Yeah.
You'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Straight from the steel mill to the miners to the C-suite. Yeah, who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, man. You did grind it, though. Man, I looked up to you when I was young, just so you know. Like, I liked your...
appreciate that.
Yeah, you're a little bit older. We kind of crossed paths in that 04 lockout, crazy-ass year. And I just remember one time, I'm running around like a jackass. I was a kid. And you come on the ice, and you're yelling at me. And you grab my buddy Ryan Murphy. And you're looking at me, and you ragdoll him, and you hit him a couple times. You go, you see this, Jance? You fuck around. I'm going to fucking bag him up. I'm like, oh, damn, dude. I'm like, that's how you do it right there. I settled down the rest of the game. I just look up to you, man. You just
thank you.
did your shit, man. I loved it.
Thank you. It was an honor and a privilege. And I used to run away from you because you would fight for 4 minutes 4 minutes in length. I was like, I don't have enough gas in the tank to be doing that. I want this stuff over in a minute, not 4.
Yeah, we're after doing that, man. Like you can't even play the rest of the game, dude. You're just fucking done. Like your back
Arms are
hurt.
gassed.
Everything's gassed. How'd you fuck, man? You did grind it though. Like, I mean, how'd you get your break? Were you just? I mean, damn, you have good hands. Like, why didn't anybody kind of like pick up on you at an earlier age?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think when I was in Toronto's organization, St. John's, like I had a role. I did it to the best of my ability. Could flip a coin on whether I should have got a game here or there as a token for, leading the AHL or top 2 in the AHL for fights. Back in those days, people got token games for doing that stuff. And then I got moved to Chicago, and my first year there was in Norfolk, and I remember Bushy and Downs were up, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I played against these guys. Like, they're not better players than me, and I've fought them, and they're not better fighters than me. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I actually just had to take a look in the mirror. I had to clean my life up a little bit. I probably had to put the bottle down for a few weeks, maybe do some serious training. And then when I got to Chicago, I got a few cups of coffee. My break happened because rest in peace, big Derek Bugard hurt Fridge in Anaheim, and I had a pretty good camp in Anaheim, and they brought me up after that. So I thank the boogeyman I told him when I met him one time in Minnesota, I'm like, I owe you a couple beers, man. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you getting in that fight with Big Fridge. Man. So yeah, that's how I got my break. You win a cup in Anaheim, you get put on the radar, and then Boston became home. So that's the quick story.
Yeah, you're one of those guys though that lasted so long. Like you didn't have to towards the end of your career, like you could play like a regular shift, you could play minutes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you weren't a guy that just had to be in the lineup to fight, man. So you have to be proud about that. Hey, I want to get back to the Chief Revenue Officer thing though, real quick, because it's intriguing to me that you're doing this. Like, is this kind of who you are? Like, have you always been a very smart guy behind the scenes? And are your teammates giving you shit because you're the Chief Revenue Officer, or is this something they could have seen you do back in the day?
They probably 50-50 on who you ask. I'd say I'm a little smarter than our job description would let you think, right? I mean, we got punched in the face for a living for the most part. People think you're a knuckle-dragging Neanderthal when that happens. But it was always a passion of mine. If you look at my phone, I probably have more people that were on the business side of things for the teams I played for in there than actually even former teammates. I was just enthralled with the business of sports as a player. I used to sit in the office weekly with a different department when I was in Boston, here in Florida, Anaheim too. And I just really tried to pick up on it. When I was in Boston, I was doing a lot of my own endorsement deals. And then I was heavily involved when I got to Florida with their partnerships department and getting to learn what they're doing. So the owners of the Panthers, Vinny and Doug, kind of, when they bought the team, they'd ask me questions about what I saw in successful organizations. My answers weren't, the wives room needs better fucking sushi or whatever it might be, right? Like it was more, why aren't you leveraging the players for learn to play? Like the exponential spend that happens after a player impacts the group, it, could be huge. You guys aren't leveraging players into partnerships enough. You guys aren't, stuff like that. And just asking questions. And they basically said, like you just said, you're a little smarter than you let on. We'd love to bring you onto the business side after you retire. So that's kind of how I got here. It's been, I'm still learning every single day, but it's not that difficult if you just take, you guys are doing it right now with your pocket. You just take that work ethic, discipline, leadership, all the things you made you successful as an athlete and apply it to your other daily grind, you can have a ton of success.
Yeah,
I agree.
And
with
listen,
that.
There's no doubt, but I always tell like my sponsorship friends, sales friends, like you can be a really good sales guy, but the team needs to help you out. Like the team needs to be good too. Like when they're last in the league or they're missing the playoffs, it doesn't help you out with your job. But I want to know, man, like everybody's chirped Florida at some point because they haven't had like the most rabid, fan base. They don't pack the house all the time. You see a lot of empty seats. Now, obviously, people are supporting it. How challenging is it? Like you're in charge of bringing in like revenue. Like how difficult has that been at times in South Florida to get people behind the Panthers?
I'll say we're not getting too many call-ins. We work really hard to bring in as many dollars as possible for ownership. The biggest thing here is the last 9 years, we've really been invested in the community and growing the game and putting people on skates, I think is the biggest reason for us filling the building. Now, winning definitely helps. Florida's an event town, not a sports town, right? It's not like St. Louis or Boston. And we've become a really good event and we put on a good show. But my first year, I remember we were playing Ottawa, his second game, and there was 3,000 people in the stands, including the scouts and wives. But we had literally 19,886 tickets out last night. The place was sold out, and we're averaging close to 17,000 a night during the regular season. We've just been growing it steadily for the last 6-7 years that I've been on this side, and it's really fun to see it come together. And then on the partnership side, it's the same thing, just out there grinding, showing the value prop that we can provide, showing we won't be outworked as this organization, and we'll do whatever we can to create those relationships and partnerships.
What about those Toronto fans? You keeping those Toronto fans
Get them
out of the building?
there, Shawn.
Were there any in there? Like, listen, when we're recording this, we just had Game 4, so were there a lot of Maple Leaf fans in there, or have you guys been able to accomplish what you wanted to do with that?
Not there wasn't too many last night, but we didn't block zips for last night's game. I think that's more. Listen, the reason it's very common, by the way. We weren't the first team to do this. Like other teams do it. Other teams do it all the time. It's just we're Florida, so people like to make noise about it. But the reason for it is, listen, the Leafs had already clinched. They knew they were in. Our fans had just realized that we were going to be in, so we wanted to give our fans the first opportunity to be able to come watch us. They've supported us, so we knew Toronto fans would be literally sitting on their laptop waiting to see who won the game and then clicking the button to buy. So we just want to give our fans an opportunity, and it worked out. I mean, we had, I would say 75% of the crowd was ours for those first two games, and last night I would say it's probably up around 85%. So, listen, I'd rather it's like anything you play, you'd rather have your own fans screaming at you than visiting team in your home building. So. I thought we made the right call, and we sold out all 3 nights. So
St. Louis did that.
St. Louis did, and Nashville did it. So it's all good. Hey, you need to get that Kodak Black to keep coming to the games and doing this thing. You guys got a ton of attention off of that.
Oh my God,
we did. That got a ton of reach. That was like a Tuesday night against Arizona too. I think it was the only game I took off all year, and then the shit hit the fan, and I'm on my couch. I'm like, oh my God, of course this happens tonight.
Kodak Black. Hey, what's the real story behind that? Like it wasn't really going down inside the suite.
No,
right?
It wasn't. And he just showed up. He didn't tell us he was coming. He showed up, and he's a fan. He was sitting on the glass, and then honestly, people just were so enthralled with him. It just got to be chaos down there. So we had to get him out of the general seating area. We put him in the closest suite to where his seat was. It just happened to be beside our GM and camera visible. So. But no, it wasn't planned. It wasn't staged. He used to show up all the time and just try and blend in, but he has a tough time blending in when you're one of the biggest rap stars in the world.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. It's hard for Andy to blend in. Hey, so like when you mean like when you were playing, you're like, oh, I went into all the meetings with all the the execs and stuff. Like as a player, like what do you mean? Like you went in like, hey guys, I'm going to come in and sit down with you, and were the other guys like, what the fuck are you doing, or?
Well, when I was in Boston, we didn't have kids. I was pretty involved, creating my own foundation. The Bruins helped me a lot with that. And then, the CMO for the Bruins is one of my best friends. We go on a golf trip every summer. So I would just go in, and I actually genuinely liked the people in the front office. And it probably comes from my minor league days when, and you probably remember this, Cam, like the players are involved on the business side without even knowing it, because those franchises aren't successful unless they're doing events with ticket holders, partners, community, all that stuff. So listen, when I got to the NHL in Anaheim full time, again, my wife didn't come with me. I'm in Anaheim at the hotel across the street from the rink. Didn't have a car because back then they didn't get a rental or anything for call-ups. Like, it was either sit in my hotel room by myself or go over with Merritt Tully, who was the marketing guy, and hang out and ask what he's doing. Like, it was more fun to sit around and hang out with people than it was to sit by myself. And I just carried on doing that for the rest of my carear.
And you're thinking about your future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and you're probably not doing what you're doing right now without having a little bit of that insight of how it works. But what about like the hockey side? Like, you're way more interested in the business side. Like, what if Bill Zito called you, hey, said, listen, we want you to come on board on the hockey side? Would that be of interest to you?
No, I mean, my ultimate goal and why I wanted to get on the business side, other than just me being very enticed with the whole makeup of it, is if one day I want to run a team, like I'd love to, you have to know both sides, in my opinion. So I wanted to learn the business side first and foremost. After playing 20 years and winning a couple times, I have a general understanding of the hockey side. Listen, if Bill calls and asks for my opinion on anything, I'm happy to give it, but I stay completely away from the hockey side here. I'm full business ops.
Does he ever do that?
Not too often. I think, if we're in passing, he wants to pick my brain on stuff, but he has he has a good staff. He's got Luongo, he's got Brian McCabe, he's got Brett Peterson, who is Tuukka's agent. He's got a lot of smart guys on the hockey side that he probably gets the opinions of the guys that are working for him. So he's got enough staff. He doesn't need me, I don't think.
He's like, Shawn, I saw a video of you taking a penalty shot. We'd like to have you come down and work with the boys on penalty shots.
That backhand toe drag, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember you did that. I'm like, God, it actually made me mad.
Oh, my God.
It made me mad of jealousy. It kind of did. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, fuck.
He kicked the leg up.
He kicked the leg up, and he backhand toe drag top shelf. And I'm like, God damn it.
Hockey gods were with me on that day. I had decent hands. I just couldn't skate all that well. Yeah, I didn't.
You had good hands.
I couldn't skate all that well, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I was pretty nervous. I was like, but if it doesn't work out, again, it goes back to we're perceived as meatheads anyway. So he's like, oh, good try. Meathead tried it. But if it works out, now we're still talking about it 20 years later or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
Were you always tough? Or were you like, man, I got to, some guys, like, I always liked fighting, dude. I was always, like, even when I was young, I was crazy. So that was always in my blood. But a lot of guys you talk to, man, that did our job, a lot of them didn't like it. And they were just big, and they were forced into it so they could stay and make that kind of money. How were you?
Probably a little bit in between. So I never really liked it. Without sounding arrogant, I'm from a fairly tough blue collar town, and since I was a kid, it's probably one of the only things I was naturally good at was fighting. So when I was going to junior, I had a boxing coach who boxed since I was a teenager, and he knew hockey obviously because he's Canadian. He's like, if you're going to Peterborough, like, they didn't draft you to go score goals. So if you want to make it, this is what you're going to have to do. And it's better than staying in Oshawa and grinding in the plant. So I did it. It was a means to an end, right? But I mean, I don't think anybody really enjoys getting punched in the face as hard as they can from somebody that knows what they're doing. It's never enjoyable to me. But thank God, like you, I mean, we didn't lose too many, right? We stood in there. I'm not going to say I hurt a lot of people, but smart enough not to get hurt.
Oh, you fucked some guys up. You caught some cats, but you got caught. You're right. You didn't lose. And like, I would lose, but we never really got ragdolled. I did see one where it was weird because I never felt like John Scott was like, he to me wasn't that threatening for some reason. Sometimes when the big guys like that, you're supposed to lose. So if you have a good one with him, it's a good one anyway, even if he has more punches thrown. But he caught you. Yeah. He caught you on the boards right in the ear, and it surprised the shit out of me when that happened live. I'm like, fuck, he got him. What happened there? Because I'm usually pretty good at taking punches, and I don't think he throws that hard. Did he just get you right in the temple or something?
He got me right behind the ear, so it was more vertigo. It's like those. I'm really good friends with Kenny Florian, and I actually called him afterwards because I felt perfectly fine the next day. I'm like, man, I got tagged. He's like, yeah, I saw it. It looked like you got hit behind the ear. That's where we aim when we're kicking people because it just throws off your equilibrium.
Wow.
So, but that was a comedy of errors. I actually Googled or YouTubed your fights with him beforehand because I was like, I'm 6'2". I got really long arms for my height. So anyone 6'6"-ish, like I was fine. 6'7", 6'8", like I had a tough time unless I could break down their posture and get them to a level that was fine for me. So comedy errors there too. I asked Claude not to put me out there until he was out there because I wanted to line up on left wing so I could grab him by his right arm with my left arm and then climb my way up to the top. And I went out. Sure enough, he came to the other side. When I went to reach, I missed my grab completely. And when he reached for his grab, he actually missed, and his finger went through my ear loophole and twisted my helmet to the side a bit. So when he threw that punch, the back of my ear was exposed, and he hit me right on the button there. I just got punched. Listen, he kicked my ass. I'm not saying he got lucky whatsoever, but there's a few things that led into it as well.
Well, you called him an idiot on the ice. Is that what happened? Something like that, right?
Yeah, I did once. Yeah. I think it was his last game. Maybe we were in Montreal. I was 39, I think, at the time. I'm with the Panthers. We're getting ready to be in the playoffs. He asked me to fight. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You're an idiot. Why would I fight you right now? Like, there's no reason to. It's 4 minutes left in the game. That means absolutely nothing. I don't have an ego. I don't really care if you beat me up 3 years ago. I'm past it. I'm good. I won 390 of my 400 something fights. I'm good. I don't need it. So.
Yeah, you had over 400. Listen, man, you're funny though. You were mic'd up one game. I think Dale Weiss, and you told him, hey, you were like, let's fucking go. You said you can pick the hand that I beat the fuck out of you with.
I mean, he didn't choose a hand, obviously, but he chose neither. Yeah, I mean, we fought it. I was fine, lefty and righty. I'm actually more lefty than I am righty, but learned how to fight the other way. So I didn't really care which hand I was throwing with. It was more about not getting hit, and I didn't want to open up with somebody who was an absolute killer. But whichever hand it was coming from didn't matter to me. Boxing helped my whole life. So
see, told you, Andy. Boxing, man. Like I did the same damn thing. Like you got to be able to throw lefts.
Hey, you know what he did one time?
What?
You bought a boat with Tuukka Rask. Now listen,
with him?
With him.
No, really.
What kind of boat was it? Cam wants to know.
Yeah,
it was a 280 Sea Ray, like a cabin cruiser. Yeah,
28-foot Sea Ray. Nice.
It was a floating bar, basically, is all it was.
Those things ride like Cadillacs, Andy.
So listen, we talk about this all the time. Like, is buying a bike? They keep their value. Like when you sold the boat, were you able to get recover what you paid for it? And like, how do you share it away?
We literally gave it away. So we bought it. We were out. We lost to Washington, whatever year that was in the playoffs. We were out. And our trainer, Keto, was selling his boat. He had one up in Winnipesaukee, and me and Tuukka were, had a few beers. And he said, hey, we'll take it off you. I got home, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning. I crawled into bed. My wife's like, you're an idiot. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I bought a boat. She's like, go to sleep, you idiot. So like 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, I was driving back we went to lunch or something. I'm like, oh, the boat's in the water. You want to go see it? And she's like, wait, you actually bought a boat? What is wrong with you? I've never seen her so angry with me. She wanted to punch me through the steering wheel, I think. So we went down. Me and Tukes had a boat for about 3-4 summers. And then he was going back to Finland. He wasn't in Charlestown anymore. I was getting too busy. So we didn't use it all that much. And then when I moved to Florida, at my golf tournament, actually, we were there and we just gave it to a guy at my golf tournament.
Yeah, you don't want to. I don't think that's. You keep that away from the ocean. That's a lake boat. You need that. Those. Really? Yeah, the outdoor drives instead because.
Oh yeah,
because of the salt water.
Yeah, I put that thing on rocks. I mean, I pulled the engines a couple times. That thing was broken down all the time because I had no idea what I was doing.
Hey, Tuukka seems cool, man. Like, what was it about? Like, you two, you guys had such a good relationship. I know you were at the wedding, obviously, this past summer. Torrey Krug, who we've gotten to know here in St. Louis, was there, I think, as well, man. So,
yeah,
you guys had some real fun, and that place looked amazing. Like, where was that wedding at?
Lake Como is the most beautiful place I've ever been in my whole life. It was so gorgeous. Yeah. Tukes is awesome. Honestly, Tuukka is not Tuukka the goalie. He's Tuukka from Tampere, Finland, that likes to have a beer and eat chicken wings and really does not give a shit about status or flashy things. He should be a blue collar guy from Oshawa or St. Louis. Like, he's just down to earth, really good people. So it's kind of weird that at the time a 32-year-old tough guy and a 22-year-old Finnish rookie goalie became good friends. But he's just such a good teammate. Like and we're still really tight. And actually, my boxing coach from Boston, Tommy, like the two of them, Tommy caddies for him in events and stuff. Like the three of us are all super tight still.
Are you a good golfer? Let me guess. You probably are.
No, I'm not really good. I'm slightly better than average at everything. So I'm like a 12 handicap. I think my index might be a 10 right now, but I'm definitely a 12.
That's a good index because you could still play in tournaments and get a couple pops.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Exactly. I play
Andy
fast. That's all that matters.
Andy doesn't know what we're talking about, but it's all good. But yeah, okay. Explain like your setup in Florida. I mean, it's got to be pretty nice down there. You know, you're down there all the time. Like, you by the water? Like, what do you got going?
No, I'm out in the burbs. I got 2 young daughters now. I got a 6 and a 4-year-old. So we're out in suburbia. It's quiet. It's great. I got a nice place. The winters are amazing. 20 minutes from my office. So yeah, no complaints. It gets a little hot here in the summer. I'm not going to lie to you. When she's up in the hundreds and it feels like you're jumping in a wet blanket every time you walk out the door. A little much, but that's our busy selling season too. So we're pretty much in the arena most days grinding. So doesn't affect me too much.
I know this is not going to come out for a couple of days, but like, you know, watching Florida now in the playoffs, they just look completely different. When you're watching them throughout the season, where you're like, let's go, boys. Like we're better than this. And then now you see them, you're like, okay, that's the team that should have been all year, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, I don't watch a ton of them because I'm normally out milling around the arena, seeing clients and prospects, what have you. So I literally didn't get to see 1 minute of the game last night. I was exhausted by the end of it. But when I looked at it, I guess you see flashes of it. You know, when we played really good teams, it looked like we would just dominate and you'd be like, wow, that's a good hockey team. And then other games, it seemed like it just wasn't there. But this playoff, I mean, having a healthy lineup for the most part too, seeing how Tkachuk and Bennett and Barkey are bringing it, and Montour. I mean, we got some guys that are really playing good playoff hockey, so it's been fun to watch.
You know, listen, man, and because I know Keith Jones just got hired on the Philadelphia side. We've seen JD. These guys are all like pretty much on the hockey side. I think teams, like you just said, like during the game, you're like basically shaking hands, kissing babies, doing all that, and for these sponsors and these fans, like you're still a player, you know, and it's like they get to like hang out with a player during the game. You just wonder if more teams are going to like adopt this. Although there's not many players that could step in and like kind of do it,
smart,
you know,
Andy.
from a sales standpoint. But that's kind of like what you're doing, right? You're shaking hands and hanging out, and the clients probably love it because you're a former player.
Yeah, for the most part, there's an extra added value, right? Like I take pride in the fact that I'm decent at my job, and then the fact that I used to play, you know, combining the both definitely leveraged it. I think. I was talking with one of the head guys at Pernod Ricard last night, or no, it was Patron and Bacardi. Sorry, not Pernod, but he lives in Dallas. He was in for the game, and he was talking about Marty Turco. And it was the first time meeting him. He's like, "Well, I just see so much similarities between you and Marty. Marty does this exact same thing in Dallas, and I think the owner in Dallas, Tom Ghilardi, is smart enough to know like you have these guys around, you can leverage them, and if they're smart and they know what they're doing, the success can be, you know, exponential because you have a little bit of, you know, you can't talk business, they want to talk sports, you can go either way. It's nice to have both sides of the conversation.
Yeah, we just had Marty on too, man. He's got that
great guy
going.
We had Marty and the owner.
Tom on? He's a great guy.
Tom Ghilardi. Yeah, we had Tom Ghilardi.
Yeah, we had Tom on too. Oh, yeah. Good God. You know that.
He made some noise. He actually made some comments about like not wanting to pay that goaltender. And Jason Robertson.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
And both guys have carried him potentially. Who knows? Maybe they get to the final, man. You never know.
Hey, man, like we know Matthew. I played with Walt. Andy and I are good friends with that whole family. Like when Matthew gets there, like, are you like this guy's different. Like he's just especially now watching him in the playoffs. I know you're not seeing too many games,
and he'll do whatever you need him to do, man.
He'll fucking do anything, dude. He's mean. He's fucking mean.
That's the thing. He just gets it. Like he is old school in his nature. And my first time really meeting him, we had a charity golf tournament, and I can't remember. We put him with a partner, and he comes right up to me. He's like, "Hey, Thorty, great to meet you. Who am I playing with?" I'm like, XYZ. He's like, "All right, what are you trying to get out of them?" I'm like, "Maybe a jersey patch." He's like, "All right, I'm going to tell those guys how much I'd love to have their brand on my chest." And like, that doesn't really happen anymore. You know what I mean? Like, guys just put their head down, play the round, have a beer, shoot the shit. But like, this is the first conversation I've had with the kid. And then you watch him play, and like you said, like, you need him on the power play to dish, you need him to shoot, you need him to go in there and try and like get in a fight. Like he really just seems to get it. And you know, kudos to his old man Walt and the family for instilling that in him, because he's been a game changer for us for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're good kids,
we've
man.
kept in touch throughout the playoffs too, man. That's why I'm really pulling for you guys. I mean, that's part of it, you know. But he can punch in Mitchie Marnie's face too at the end of the
game. Somebody told me that. I missed it. But I saw the scrum, and Cam, I was like, I would be licking my chops for a moment like this right now. Like, to be able to, like, I probably shouldn't say this, I might get trouble, but like, be able to hurt somebody in that situation when the game was 3-1 series, like, yeah, like, whatever, suspend me the next game, but I'm gonna make sure nobody's coming in the next game from their side either. We didn't get too many of those in the playoffs back when I was around.
Fucking Gudis too, boy.
Oh my God, what a hit!
God,
hey, listen, Sean, you missed a great game last night. I'm gonna tell you,
dude.
Although you guys lost, man, it kind of sucks. Actually, it wasn't that good. I wish you guys would have scored.
I know. It's all good.
Hey, listen, one of the best stories I've ever heard. Cam's gonna love this too because you probably hadn't heard it. But like when you're a younger player, Ty Domi came up to you and put $2,000 in your pocket, right? Like you had no money. Like true story. And then 8 years later, this guy. Playing against, I don't know, I guess you ran into Domi, maybe you were playing against him. I don't know, you can fill us in with the story. You see he's there, you go back, and you write him a check for $2,000. You pay this guy back.
Oh, Lord.
Like, this is one of the most amazing stories, man. Tell it.
Yeah, so I was a 21-year-old kid, downtown, single, making like $37,500 in the minors or something like that. Not a lot, definitely not a lot of money. Not enough to be living downtown, but I'm an idiot. So, me and Ty were tight. He always took care of me as the tough guy in the minor leagues for their organization. He believed in me. We were out one night. We went to like an AC/DC concert, maybe in his suite, and went for beers afterwards. And on the when I was leaving, he's shoved his hand in my pocket. And he's like, "Listen to me. You don't buy a beer with that. You don't spend anything tonight or whenever I'm with you. You take that money and pay down your bills. You know, you're exactly like I was when I was your age, driving around Toronto in a Honda Civic thinking I was on top of the world and I was broke as a joke." He's like, "When you make it, you can pay me back." So I went home that night. I went in my pocket, pulled it out. I'm like, Jesus, that's $2,000. That's like a month's pay for me back then after taxes. And I did. I paid down my gym membership and took care of some other stuff I needed to take care of. And 10 years later, something like that, I was with the Bruins, and Ty came down to say hi to Cam Neely and me. And I saw him. I was like, shit, hold on a second. I had just closed on my house, like the one I sold in Canada. So I had my checkbook for that. And I went and wrote him a check for $2,000 and gave it to him. I wasn't sure if he was going to cash it, by the way, but it got cashed the next day. But no, you know, true story. But nobody, I'll tell you what, nobody else believed in me as a 21-year-old kid doing what I was doing at all. So it meant a lot to me. I was talking to him 2 days ago. We still keep in touch a lot. He's nice Ty, you know, like he commands the room when he's in it, and he's very boisterous and happy, but like, he's one of the most heartfelt guys I've ever played with. So I'm forever in debt. Even though I paid him off, I'm still forever in debt for him. So.
Man, I've heard nothing, but good things about him. He did some crazy shit on the ice, and people look at him like that. Like, don't get me wrong.
He was great with us. He called Scott Stevens. He called Scott Stevens a phony when he came on with us.
God, I know that blew up. And he's like, and Ty would call us afterwards, like, "You like that, boys?" Because he knew it blew up. You know, exactly. He don't give a fuck. Hey, but when you walked in, like when you saw him in Toronto, like what years were that? Late '90s, probably.
Yeah,
was he like the most popular damn thing going? Like he can't do anything, dude.
No, I remember we went for lunch one day and we parked somewhere, and it's up in like York Mills area. I can't remember. Anyways, we were standing on the side of the street. There was no stoplight. Traffic stopped, like a 4-lane highway. It just stopped to let him. It was like Moses walking across. Like I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, at that time, like, he was more popular than any movie star that was coming into town. Yeah, he built himself a brand there, and same thing. You know, he's super successful right now, going back and forth between New York and Toronto. And he told me he used to go to practice in a suit every day. The guys would make fun of him, but he would leave the practice and he'd go right to Bay Street, and he'd be hanging out with people that were moving and shaking the country on the finance side. So smart guy, really smart guy, and it's paying off for him now.
Fuck.
Hey,
I should have done that, Thorts, man. I was hanging out with dipshits.
Exactly. Hey, I know the feeling.
You know.
Hey, who was that guy in Boston? I mean, because Boston has so many athletes. Like, is there a Bruins player like that you play with that could reach that level, or was that basically relegated for guys like Brady and the Celtics players and guys like Big Pappy and Big
I was
Pappy and all those guys?
I was gonna say Poppy, Brady for sure. On the Bruins side, Z was probably the most recognizable just because he's a 6'9" mutant.
Who is that?
Does
he play for the Celtics? That's what
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was probably the most recognizable. I think, definitely Poppy and Brady are probably the two biggest names. Gronk maybe too.
Oh, Gronk for sure.
Oh, Gronk can't go anywhere. What about Bobby? Bobby Orr. He can't go anywhere in that town.
No, he can't go anywhere in that town either. Yeah, he's the best. I love that guy. I talk to him all the time. He's such a good human being. He's down here a lot, so.
I saw you you just threw out like the first pitch with Big Poppy. I think this year.
Let me look at it because I got to evaluate it.
Hold on, at Fenway. Like he's cool. Hey, I got stuck in an elevator with him one time during the 2004 World Series here in town. We got like stuck in the elevator. He was cool as shit. Like is he cool to the other athletes? Like do the other athletes come and like support you guys the way you support them?
Yeah, he'll tell a story too. I got to know Poppy really well. We're friends, and his first hockey game, he came down to the locker room to say hi to the trainers, and I was in there, and he's like, "So, bro, you gonna fight tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. We'll see what I can do for you." And it's complete coincidence, but he still to this day doesn't believe it's coincidence. He thinks I did it for him. He got to his seats. His seats were like right on the glass by the blue line on our home side, and somebody took a run at me, we were down 2-0, and I grabbed, I think it was Jackman maybe with the Islanders, and we dropped the gloves. Yeah, and I got the better of him. And it was right in front of where David was sitting. And to this day, he still thinks I did that for him. And the next day, I'm on my couch having a beer at like 8 p.m. And the doorbell rings. I go downstairs, and there's this guy. He's got a giant bat in his hand, and it says, "To my man, you a badass, Big Poppy." So he sent a bat to my house. I was like, it's pretty cool. Now he's a really good dude, though. You kind of have to get through the big poppiness of him, like that. Not that he does it, just like there's always an aura around him because he's. Yeah. I mean, the president calls you by your nickname. You're a big deal. But yeah, we go for dinner and stuff. He's like, "Joe, bro, how you find this place? Nobody bothers me here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to hide too, buddy. I'm not all about people seeing who we are." So he's a great guy.
Yeah, man. So this first pitch, like, let me say something real quick, because you see some of these guys that come out there, and they don't even know how to throw a fucking ball. Like, even if you don't play baseball, the first thing you do as a child is take a ball and throw the fucking thing. Does that weird you out when you see people that don't know how to throw a fucking baseball?
Yeah, I don't know if the squirrels get going in the attic for people when they get out there and like they can't think. I've done it, I think 3 times there maybe. This one is the biggest one because it was a home opener and you're out there with the biggest legend in Red Sox history. What put me at ease, though, was Devin McCourty told me he had shoulder surgery like 3 weeks earlier. So I was like, I won't look that bad at least. We can always get it there. I barely got it there. The toughest part was when they told us we all had to throw at the same time. So you're looking at each other while you're trying to throw it to the plate. I'm not that good. So that got me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm going to look at it. I'll evaluate.
Yeah, your guys' team, though, that won in 2011, I remember going to a couple of those games in Boston, and you guys had some just really cool players. We've had Claude Julien on the show. He's told stories, actually, about, like, Tim Thomas, like, sleeping at home when he was supposed to be at the hotel and shit. Like, it's, like, real funny stuff, man. Like, first off, Tim Thomas, like, as a teammate and all that, like, how would you break him down?
I loved him. We were pretty tight. We used to go up for beers and stuff all the time on the road. I liked him a lot. The flack he got, the White House stuff, like I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed because it took away from the fact that we were going to the White House. But but also people are entitled to their own beliefs, and I just personally, I can't remember. I think Tiger said this once, but like I respect the office of the president, no matter what side of the aisle I'm on the right or the left. So like I thought it was an honor just to be invited. That's how I look at it. But Timmy had other views, and he's entitled to those, and I support that. But the fact that the media jumped on that instead of the fact that we went to the White House for the first time in 40 years as a team kind of was a little off-putting, but I didn't judge Timmy as a human being for that. I think, listen, that guy came up and he battled, and every single practice, he got mad if you could score on him, and you don't get a cup without him. So you can't take anything away from him. And he's still, we still have a group chat from that year, and he'll get on there and start chirping guys still. Like we're all still pretty tight. So great guy. I like Timmy a lot.
What about a young like Tyler Seguin? Like was he too cocky back then? I mean, it sounded like he liked to have a lot of fun. Like I never really understand why they would trade him. Like he was so talented, you drafted him second overall. And he's gone on to have a really good career.
Yeah, you probably have to get Cam Neely on the show to ask why they traded him because I wasn't in the office at that point. But Listen, Sags was a 19, 20-year-old, good-looking kid living in a sports-crazed town who's single. I mean, I think if it wasn't for phones, the things I was doing at that age were probably way worse. They just never got out there. So Tyler's a really good kid. I'm glad he's, gone on to have a ton of success in Dallas. It seems to be a really good fit for him. He sat right beside me in the locker room, and I liked him a lot. He was learning how to, go out with the boys and get up with the men at that time. But I think people forget what they were like when they're 19, 20 years old, when they're placing judgment. Because like I said, I mean, the stuff we did in junior and my first year pro, like it way outweighs what he was having fun with. So I like Segs a lot. We were good friends when we played. He was over at my house for dinner all the time, and I really liked him.
Yeah, I would have been as buddies with him too. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you're sitting next to him, were you like, okay, where are they sitting?
What section am I looking in? Yeah.
Where am I looking, dude? Where am I looking? Hey, when you brought up, like, you keep bringing up, and again, I've been through so many different things with pills and booze and just God Almighty, up and down with the crazy shit by my whole pro career and even when I was young. But like, were you? Like when you say you were doing crazy stuff, like were you drinking heavily? Like what are you talking about when you were younger?
No. Oh, when I was younger, yeah. When I was living in St. John's, Newfoundland, I mean, we'd be out 7 nights a week, 8 nights a week if we could, right? And probably not binge drinking, but I was definitely drinking, yeah. And I probably learned how to play guilty at a really high level from living in Newfoundland for 4 years. Not really. I wasn't really into the pills, stuff like that. I mean, I think all of us probably got onto the Ambien train a little bit. We were flying coast to coast. I would use it to get me back to on schedule, but not really a pill guy. So I didn't really get into that stuff. Although before every game, I drink about 6-7 coffees and take 2 Sudafed and 2 Tylenols and 2 Advils to get my head get me into a place where I was ready to fight idiots like you. So, but the other stuff, no, I like my beers. I'm not gonna lie to you, I still do, but nothing crazy. I wasn't like diving into a deep hole. I just I was 25. And I think I just met my wife, that girlfriend at the time, and she's like, you know what? You're the hardest working guy I've ever seen in the gym my whole life. Like, then you go out and have 4 beers at dinner and a glass of wine. It's like, you're just wasting it. Like, you're breaking even every day. If you want to get better, maybe you can just tighten it up a little bit. And she wasn't wrong. Or, you're pissing it away on the weekend going out with your buddies. And she wasn't wrong. So I just had to take a look at my diet and tighten it up a little bit if I wanted to get to the next level.
Sometimes you got to listen to your girl, man. You just got to listen to your girl. Hey, like Newfoundland, though, is that the STD capital of Canada? Isn't it, though? I hear about it all the time.
I think there was a rumor. I think per capita or something like that. But also, you're talking about villages with like 20 people, and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So if one person catches something, kind of skews it, I think.
Well,
I've seen some nasty
who did we?
things.
Ryan Chloe had on. He was talking about that.
No, I've heard that from multiple
I know,
people.
I know. And you've asked all of them. We're not able to confirm
I'm just
it.
asking.
Hey, listen, I want to ask you about the Brooks Orpik incident, man. We got you on here, and I watched the video again today. I still can't believe that he got that hurt on the play. I know you grabbed him from behind and you landed some punches, but you guys were like good buddies, but I could tell in the postgame, man, that really rocked you, just experiencing that. Like, can you walk us through what it was like to get involved with it and then see a good friend of yours get hurt and then dealing with all that and then getting suspended for 15 games from the league?
Yeah. Jesus, how much time we got? We
got time.
All right. So somebody got hurt. He hit somebody on our team. I can't remember on like the first shift. Maybe. Yeah, Louis Erickson, I think he hit Louis. Something, I can't remember.
Yes, he did. He did. Yes.
Yeah, and I went after and challenged him, and that's not easy to do, right? We've all been there. I used to skate with him every summer. We worked out together. We golfed. Like, he's a buddy, but you have a job to do. So I went to try to do it. Didn't happen. The second part was, I think it was James Neal had kneed Marshy in the head, but I was on the forecheck, so I didn't even see what happened. But we're 5 minutes into a game against a pretty big rival. And now 2 of my players are like unconscious on the ice. So I have to respond. Like, if I don't, I'm not doing my job. So I looked around, and Brooksy was the biggest guy on the ice. So I went down there and grabbed him, and I mean, we can walk through the whole thing, but I remember when I put him on the ground, I made sure he didn't hit his head on the ice. Like I'm going to say set him down gently. That's probably a little bit loose on the use of the terms, but I made sure I didn't, slew foot him and let him go. Like his head didn't hit the ice. And then in my head, I was like, I'll keep my glove on. I'll throw a couple punches. I'll rough him up a little bit. One of their tough guys I'll get 2 minutes in the box. One of their tough guys is going to come have a conversation with me when I get out. I'll fight that idiot. And then pretty much it's over, right? Like I did what I had to do. But he didn't get up. And to this day, I cannot figure out, like, Cam, you box this to your kid too. Like, I know how heavy my hands are for the most part. And if they're that heavy, I never would have lost a fight. Like, people would be still sleeping. So I felt like I pulled my punches. He didn't get up. And for whether it was a freak accident that I hit him on the chin, his chin hit the eye, I don't know what the hell it was, but he didn't get up. And I didn't actually know how bad it was because I went in the locker room and I was like, I can't believe I got thrown out. And they're like, well, he's getting carried off. I'm like, whatever. Until the second hearing. So I went and had my first hearing with the player discipline department, whatever. And kind of just a back and forth arguing about our side versus their side. And then I went to my second hearing because I challenged it. And then they played the video and it was the first time I ever got to watch it. I was like, oh my God, that looks really bad. Like he was out there for a long time and there was just silence. And I was like, oh, now I know why you're throwing the book at me. I get it.
Yeah.
I still think I still think the suspension was a little bit too long. I also didn't know at the time that it was going to affect my pension for the rest of my life. If I had that information, I probably would have went to arbitration, third-party arbitration. But I understood what they had to do, especially with the landscape of a lot of the lawsuits and everything else that was going at that time. But, I thought 10, 12 games probably sends the message that you shouldn't be doing that. I thought 15 and, the way that my argument was, like, I played this game for a long time and I rode the line, like, to a T, never got suspended. I didn't think I had a game misconduct at that point. And to give me the longest suspension in the history of first-time offenders, I felt like was a little much. But I'll tell you, Gary called me on Christmas Eve and gave me the news, and I got to give him credit because, he's the commissioner. There's people that are in charge of that. He did not have to call me at 2:00 in the afternoon and have a half-hour conversation with me about the suspension, why they were doing it, why it wasn't being moved. So I got to tip my cap to Gary there because it was very professional of him.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, a couple things. I watched it a billion times. Just watch it again. Look, I've done thousands of things way worse than that. You way worse than that. Ryan Murphy, when I talked about this story earlier, you were piss pumping him. He didn't get knocked out. This was very bizarre. Number two is, listen, I know you like him, but he fucked guys up.
Oh, yeah.
He would fuck guys up and not answer the bell, too. So if he just would have protected himself like he never does, like, he would have been in an okay spot. He fucked guys up a lot and didn't answer the bell.
Yeah. So you know what? It's funny. Afterwards, it took about a year or two, and we weren't skating together anymore. And I finally saw him, like, in a bar in New York or in the hotel lobby at the Conrad, and I went up and I gave him a hug. I'm like, hey, man, like, I had already apologized to him for a few times, but I was like, first, like, real in person. He's like, Thorty, like, if people held it against me on all the dumb shit I did as a player, like, I'd have zero friends in the game. So he had no, like, animosity or ill will. He's like, yeah, people mess up. It's part of the game. I did it a lot. So I'm not holding it against you. It's kind of unlucky. So yeah, we're in a good spot now. When I was writing my book, I wanted to make sure he got his side of the story in there too. When I called him, he's like, yeah, I'd love to contribute. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And so we're back to being friends now. I don't live in Boston anymore, so I don't see him all that much, but we're definitely on better terms.
Yeah, man, that's good to hear. Because, I mean, even all the stuff we all did, like, I don't have any animosity towards really anybody. Even if you see them afterwards in fantasy camps and stuff, like, everybody's pretty cool with each other. Maybe a couple guys here and there. But yeah, man, I'm watching that. It wasn't that big of a deal. But you said that it fucked your pension up. Like, what do you mean by that?
So, in our latest CBA, you get, 20 grand a year for every year you play once you hit 62. So because I missed 15 games, I think it was 2 or 3 games more than, so now I lose a quarter of that pension per year for the rest of my life. So I guess, like, basically $5,000 without interest and blah, 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 blah. So, I lose a quarter of the pension from that year for the rest of my life. But again, it's not going to probably make or break me, but it's just knowledge I wish somebody would have given me to make an educated decision.
No shit.
That's where the PA's got to help out these players, man. They got to let them know. Have your back in that situation, man. Yeah, that was very
that was odd,
bizarre. The whole process, because you guys knew each other, right? I mean, you just mentioned you guys were skating together in the summer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, big time.
That was a nasty game too. Everybody was fighting. Hey, what about like when Lucha came on the scene, man? Like, God, that kid. We had him on too. He's a good dude.
He's awesome.
Like, he fucking took over, didn't he?
He's a beast, that kid. I remember the first summer he came back for a charity thing we were doing with the Red Sox, and I kind of tried to mentor him a little bit and teach him how to be mean and do all that stuff. And if they're not on your team, they should be dead to you. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, he came back in the summer. He's like, Thorty, I just tried cleaning. I did like 300 pounds, I think. I'm like, wait, you hand cleaned 300 pounds? What's wrong with you, you man child? Like, he's had that man strength since he was a kid, and he's got. His spine is obviously curved, and so, but his arms and everything else is built for somebody that's supposed to be 6'5", 6'6". And same thing, he's boxed since he was like a child. Like, he has heavy, quick hands, and he is a mean kid. I loved him as a teammate. We're still really, really tight. We talk all the time. He's an absolute beauty of an old school guy. I don't know what's going to happen, going forward. His contract's up, but just. I love that kid. He made my life a lot easier some days, a lot harder sometimes too, because he usually got the number 2s and I got the number 1s sometimes. So I remember he'd go out, I think one game he beat the hell out of like Matt Bradley or somebody. I'm like, great. So I guess Brashear's coming over the bench, over the boards next shift, and I know who's got him. Sure enough. Yeah. So, but no.
Yeah, you guys, listen. You saw some like real guys got like seriously hurt when you were there in Boston. I mean, Mark Savard, who we had on, man, that situation was so ugly. I remember Nathan Horton coming out and like waving the rally towel during the Stanley Cup final in the building, going crazy. So, but the Horton situation, not the Horton situation, but the Savard situation, you ended up fighting Matt Cook, right? But that was like negotiated at center ice, beforehand, right?
It was Billy Guerin. So myself, Rex, Z, Bergie, we kind of had a meeting and said, how are we going to approach this? And I said, let's just get that kid to get his gloves off with me first shift and we'll call it even. So basically they went over and said, Billy, this game can go one of two ways. Like, either Sid and everybody isn't safe tonight, or he fights Thorty first shift and it's over. And that's kind of how it went down. So I think Billy went into the locker room and said, you're fighting Thorty first shift. And he said, okay, I guess I am. So that's kind of how it went down. So yeah, I went out there, he came out, we fought, and then it was over. I think you see a clip at the end of the clip. It's like me and Rupp or somebody. And I was like, hey, is this good? He's like, yep. It looked like we're chirping each other, but basically we're just saying, you're good.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like after that happens, like emotionally, what are you feeling like? Do you feel like you did? I mean, Mark Savard, I don't even know if he ever played again, right? In the rest of his career.
No, not really. He came back for a quick minute, and then actually Matt, his former teammate, Matt Hunwick, rubbed him into the boards, and it ended him.
Man, I remember that. Yeah, and he came here and coached for a year. But like, it's I don't want to ask if it did it justice, because it will, obviously health-wise it didn't. But do you feel like you did your job after that in terms of, after fighting Matt Cook?
I feel like we did what we had to do. And yeah, we just moved on. Listen, how many Donnybrooks have we seen in the minors that went the other way, right? I didn't think, and the world was watching us too, because that game was like 9 days after the Cook hit. So we knew if it went the other way, there was probably going to be a lot of suspensions and repercussions. I mean, they came down and warned us before the game, basically. So we did what we had to do. Nobody wants to see anyone get hurt, but at the same time, the rule was a little gray back then, whether that was legal or not legal, right? So I don't want to give Matt Cook any credit, really, but it was right on the line back then. They changed the rules because of it. So, but your teammate's still hurt, so you got to deal with it.
And he fucked guys up too, though, Thorty. Come on.
Well, I did not feel bad about throwing a couple extra punches when he was down.
Shit.
No. Yeah, I didn't do that too often in my career, but that one I did not feel too bad.
No, sometimes you got to give him an extra reminder. Like, you know what, you're going to be fucking crushing guys.
We've had other people tell that story, because Guerin and Recchi and Savard, like, Matt Cook's the one guy, he doesn't like to do a lot of stuff, but
who's the other kid that rocks guys from Minnesota that got dinged for 25 that doesn't fight anybody?
right now?
No, he played for Minnesota, got 25 game suspension, kind of like that. It just, I don't know. Those guys, sometimes you got to give them an extra reminder. Thorts ain't that big of a deal. Hey, let me ask you though. Like, I know you're fearless. You got balls as big as Andy's head, but like, there's a couple dudes that fucking scared you though, and I'm guessing the one would be Bugard, and right,
Yep.
And like who else? It's not obvious. That was like, man, this motherfucker. I gotta fight smart so I don't get goddamn caught.
Boogie, man, that was it. Honestly, like I said, anyone 6'6" and down, I was a pretty smart fighter. Like you, like I knew where to grab, and I was more worried about not getting hit than hitting. So it was kind of like a science for me, and I was pretty good. So I got nervous if I hadn't fought somebody before, kind of more the fear of the unknown and shit like that. But I wasn't afraid of anybody, I wouldn't say, other than the boogeyman. I fought him 3 times, and I survived, and I took that as the biggest win I've ever had in my whole career. So,
I know,
do you agree though? Like, it was scary.
I would say this, Dortz. Now, Bugard's 6'9", and it's hard to grab on, but he only throws rights for the most part. Now, he'll catch you with that left. The scariest guy going at the time, in my opinion, who he had on, was goddamn Stevie McIntyre.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about him. I only played maybe 2 games against him, and we didn't end up getting into it. And I remember we had him in Providence, like the one year that somebody came on and like, you heard of this guy? I'm like, no, I haven't. He was in the minors, and I was up at that point. I wasn't really a hockeyfights.com guy as a player. I kind of stayed away from it. So, anyways, I remember asking Cam Neely, I'm like, how tough is this kid? He's like, don't fight him. I was like, that's all I need to hear. And then I saw him. I'm like, wow. Both hands, standing straight up, throwing absolute missiles from right from the middle, like in the pocket. And I was like, wow. So I never fought him, but I was on the East, so I didn't really play against him all that much either.
Yeah, dude. Oh, hey, he's a big farm boy. The nicest guy in the world. We had him on. He's so funny, dude. He listens to all our shit. He's cool. So, man, there are some badass dudes, man. Even like Trevor Gillies and those guys. Even when you're coming up in the minors, man, there were some fucking badass dudes. Yablonsky, Morasti, guys that didn't get the sniff in the NHL that were goddamn killers. All great guys, but man, the minors in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Yes, you're not wrong. And I fought most of them. I never fought Yablonsky or Nasty. Nasty tried out with us in Norfolk the one year. I don't think I actually played against him anywhere. And Yablonsky, I think I played 1 game against. And his first shift, he came out to fight me, and there was too many men on the ice because he didn't wait for a change. And then I don't think he got back out there after that. So I was like, thank God.
Thank God.
Hey,
dude.
Just a couple more things, man. You've been great, man. We
awesome.
appreciate your
Love you,
time.
man.
But I want to ask a few more Florida Panthers just because they're so relevant right now and being in the playoffs and whatnot. So, like, this guy Barkov, like, has he become the superstar you thought he'd be? Like he plays much like a quieter game now, I feel like, because Matthew is taking all the attention.
Yeah.
But when you watch him play, man, this guy he's like a rare breed in the game today, man. He's unbelievable when he wants to be.
He's ranked the most underrated player in the league for however many years. You know what? When I played with him, the kid's so talented, so strong, so works so hard. The thing that not surprised me, I guess, we were playing against Boston, and I love Patrice Bergeron. He's one of the most perfect human beings I've ever met in my whole life, and I really thought he was the best two-way center in the league. And Barkey faced off against him all night. They played head-to-head. And Barkey came off the ice, and he was barely sweating. Now, it wasn't because he worked hard. He's just so efficient. And then I saw Bergie afterwards, and he's drenched. And it was a pretty nobody, I would say, got the better of each other all night. I'm like, wow. And this kid was like 21 or 22 at the time. I'm like, this guy's another level if he really wants to turn it on. And he has stepped up his game. He had 100 points last year. He had 90-something or around 90 this year. And he worries about playing on the defensive side of the puck more than the offensive side. And he's still putting up these numbers. And you're right. Tkachuk gets a lot of the, he had the big numbers this year, and his style of play is more in your face, more abrasive than Barkey's. But these kids, to have that 1-2 punch, not a terrible thing for us to have.
Listen,
we thought we'd make some noise because of these guys. We really did.
Well, you are now.
Well, so what was your take on that Boston team, man? You saw it firsthand. Although you weren't watching the game, you're hanging out with Kodak Black and drinking Patron.
I know what you're doing up there. I saw you.
But just so you don't know, they beat Boston in the first round, one of the best teams ever, Sean, man. I mean, in all seriousness, like, is that kind of weird seeing, like, Bergeron be on the ice, what potentially could be his last game, Krecji, Marchand? These are guys that you won with, man. Like, you'll always have a relationship with them. What was that like for you emotionally to watch that take place?
Listen, I'm an absolute assassin, and I'm loyal to the paycheck. So I am a Florida Panthers employee, and I bleed red through and through. That being said, though, like if it wasn't us playing the Bruins, like if we happened not to sneak into the playoffs and it was just them, like I would have been pulling for Bergie and Kretsch. Again, I don't know what's going on as far as them making a decision on their career, but either way, they're near the end of it probably, and I would have liked to have seen them win it, but never at our expense. So when we won, I was happy. Like I was really happy. I'm like, great, we're going on to the next round.
Of course you were.
And now we get Toronto, who storied organization, franchise, and it's probably the top 3 team in the league this year, and got an opportunity to make some noise again. So it's been a fun ride.
We're rooting for you, man.
Yeah, we are.
Really
thank you.
Yeah, well, we're rooting. Yeah, and listen,
you and Kodak.
Yeah,
we're
you and
rooting for both
Kodak.
you guys.
Hey, Matthew's got a great setup on the water there too. Like you're in the suburbs. Like, are most guys living on the water? Like, or are they living kind of out where you are?
I don't know. I think like 70% of them are probably downtown on the water, Fort Lauderdale, and there's a few guys out in Parkland, like on the golf course or in the suburbs. We got some really good schools out there. So I would say it used to be everyone was out in Parkland, like in Parkland Golf, and a few guys live downtown. But now I think it's transitioned. I think I'm not knocking them for it. I'm happy for it. I think the money these guys are making nowadays gives them optionality to go down on the aisles.
Yeah, we like Paul Maurice too, man. You guys
cool
get a good thing going.
He seems cool as hell at Paul Maurice.
Yeah,
all the best to you, man. Hey,
you're the man,
hey, go conduct a meeting. Make sure everyone walk around the office. Make sure everyone's doing their shit.
I'm taking my partnership sales team out to lunch right now. I won.
Isn't that nice?
I won the first goal pool last night, so I'm taking my winnings and buying them lunch.
Hey, use the company card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, act like you're buying, but use the company card.
Hey, he's military, isn't he? The owner, like, didn't he hire like. Everyone he hired that works around him is pretty much like former military, right?
On our exec team, up until about 4 months ago, it was my boss Matt, who's a West Point grad and served. Bryce Hallwig, who's Ryan Hallwig's brother actually, but he's a West Point grad. He served, and this guy Rob, who's still a Navy SEAL, and then it's myself. I'm like, I'm the softest guy at this table. That's not.
Yeah, you are.
Right. That doesn't happen too often.
You're like
those guys. Those guys have seen some shit.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
The difference is everything you've seen is on YouTube, man.
No doubt. I don't even like talking about it.
So,
all right, Thorts,
all
man.
the best to you,
You're
man.
the man, homie. Thank
all
you,
right,
dude.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
Take care. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
All right, that was Shawn Thornton, Cam.
Great homie. He's a great homie. I like him a lot, man. Big Shawn. Respected the shit.
Shout out to my homies.
I looked up to that dude, man. I looked up to Shawn Thornton. I even told him that. I looked up to you, man. I didn't look up to too many guys, but I liked his style. I like Chris Neal's
You didn't
style.
tell Chris Neal that when we had him
Yes,
on.
I fucking did.
You didn't say I looked up to you.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
He had a chiseled face.
Yeah. I love Chrissy Neal. Awesome guy.
Don't call him that.
Chrissy?
Yeah, I don't.
Get out of here.
Don't call him that.
You don't call him that. I'll call him that. I call everybody something different.
Mm-hmm.
It's my trademark.
What do you call me?
Dink boy. I call you Andy. I don't call you Strick.
Mm-hmm.
I call you Andy. You're Andy. You're not Strick. You're Andy. Sometimes Andrea, but most of the time is Andy. You're Andy. Yeah. Just like I'm not Janner or Janny.
I don't ever call
Cam,
you that.
dude.
I don't even think Janny's like a good.
No, it's a goofy name, Janny. Janner, what up, baby?
Just Cameron.
All my buddies call me Cam. All my hockey buddies call me Jance, Janner, Bam Bam,
Jance.
Cammer.
They'll call me Strick.
Shit kicker.
Strick nasty.
No one calls you that.
Stricks.
Stricky. Our buddies call you Stricky Poo or whatever. I call you Andy. You're Andy to me, not Strick or Strick Nasty. Yeah, that shit.
Old dirty Strick.
No. You're fucking Andy.
ODS.
You're Andy. That's what you are. Because like Kramer here will call you fucking, where's Stricky at? He's in there.
So I was driving through the hood the other day, actually.
I know, we already heard this stupid fucking story. Nothing happened. You drove through the hood and you're...
Just keep your head on a swivel is all I'm trying to say.
Fuck that. I ain't driving through the hood. Not in St. Louis.
Oh, with me you would.
Fuck.
I know where I'm going, dude.
Dude, when I went down to Mardi Gras with Soupy and all them, the Blues alumni invited us down to Mardi Gras. And I got my car service, and I want to take my buddy. I took him, I look at my buddy, I go, you got it? He goes, yep. I'm like, okay.
Got what?
A little thing in his pocket.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
No, you can't take that down there.
You're goddamn right.
What's he going to do with it?
Just have it just in case, because we're all
Just
together.
in case?
We're cruising around.
Okay, let me ask
just
you
in case,
this.
motherfucker.
Okay,
I'm not playing
be
around
honest
with
with
that.
me. In a situation, if you're really caught up in a situation, would you have the wherewithal and the ability to pull it out and defend yourself?
1,000%.
What if, like, you're like, I'd be thinking,
on
oh
what it
no,
is,
if I
Andy.
shoot the guy, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to prison.
No doubt you are. You might. You're going to go through court for a long time. But some
Like,
guy
you got to, like, make sure legally that you have the right to do it.
Depends on the situation, Andy.
You can't just be like, oh my God, he's asking me, and shoot. You can't do that.
And well, it depends on what they do to you.
They're trying to carjack you, maybe.
Trying to drag you out of the car and fucking curb stomp you? Fuck that. Fuck that, dude.
Damn.
They try to rob you?
What if he takes the gun from you?
You might. You might. Well, he's got a gun anyway. The only reason why he's going to take a gun is he's got a gun. So you're fucked one
Like
way or
some
the
of
other.
these like shop owners that you see, like
Once they put a gun out, those guys fucking scramble. They scramble.
even if they have a gun.
They'll scramble. It's not
Because I've seen some shop owners, Cam. I don't know if you've seen these, but I've seen them where people try to break in, and the guy behind the counter has the.
Well, no shit.
And
Sure.
he defends his place.
Hey, listen, criminals don't like to go places where there's guns, just so you know. So all these stupid operations say, this is a gun-free zone. Yeah, that's a target. You think all these psychos that are go fucking shooting up schools are going to a school that has a fucking police officer in the front? Hell no.
Yes.
They scout all this shit out. No, they don't.
They all have police officers.
No, they don't.
Most
No, they
of them,
don't.
Most of them do.
Where's the Nashville police officer at?
I don't know.
Where is the one in fucking Texas? Where are they at? The police didn't even go into the fucking one in fucking Texas. The police didn't even
Nashville
go in. They had a fucking guy that was getting a haircut who borrowed a gun from his buddy that came in
didn't
and
they
he
like
fucking
arrest him or something?
No. Well, if they did, that's stupid. But he's the one that saved the day.
We thank Shawn Thornton for joining us, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
again, you can get everything at Cam Strick on TikTok,
Everything, dude.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Thank you for all the shout outs about my mama.
CamandStrick.com. I know, that was great.
Thank you guys. Seriously. You guys are so sweet, dude. Honestly. Like, I love it when you guys message me about that stuff, dude. It makes me, I swear to God. And now I act tough on here, and I know I chirp Andy, but sometimes it's good to read a nice message like that from you guys, man, and girls. I love you guys and girls. I swear to God, I appreciate that so much, dude. I read all that shit, and it makes me feel good, so I appreciate
good.
that. That's all.
Can you move your dip cup?
Yeah,
so
sorry,
I don't
homie.
spill that.
But then I get, then somebody was like, Cam, you're talking about the cutest animal in the world, and I meant a goddamn panda bear.
Yeah.
But I said koala.
And
I
knew you
done
meant
fucked
panda.
it.
I don't
Didn't
know why.
say something.
Because I wasn't sure if you
Correct
were really, I'm like,
me.
maybe he's talking about a koala.
No, the panda bear. They're
But
so
I knew the
cute.
panda, like that's who eats the bamboo.
I know,
And they're the
they're
ones
so
that
cute.
roll around, but
And they
they
fall-
actually can get very aggressive.
Well, any animal could get you. Anyone can. But pandas are notoriously cute. And koala bears. And sloths.
Dude, I saw that woman the other day at a park trying to get a picture taken with a bear, and like
Stupid fucking bro.
she's getting all close. And then the bear like starts swiping at her. Some of these bears will climb trees too, man.
Some of them.
Yeah, a lot
What are you
of them.
talking about?
Yeah.
They all can climb
So what do you
trees.
do? Where do you go?
You don't do a goddamn thing, Andy. Unless you are you have some sort of bear spray, you have a fucking sidearm on you, you better fucking play it cool with these damn things. Because they'll fuck with you. Either you play dead, you try to skirt and be loud and act big. Get the fuck away from me. Rah!
God.
I know. And then back up slowly. Don't turn your back and run away because they'll come after you.
I did that before.
You didn't do shit.
Yeah, I did. I ran.
It's a tree stump. Thought it was a bear.
Tree stump.
God.
That was a hell of a moment. We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah,
but get to
we
all
already
our
did.
social media. As always, the Cam Strick podcast is brought to you by who, Cam?
Hair Club. And Hair Club for men and women. And Hans Wyman.
And
we love
Hans.
all you guys.
Everybody. They've got hair club locations, by the way, all throughout Canada, too,
Goddamn
for
right.
all of my people listening up there in Canada. Hey, well, this is the 30th year now, Cam, that a Canadian team will not win a Stanley Cup.
I know. I feel bad for the fans. Yoink! But, you know.
Hey, we didn't get into the lottery real quick, though.
We've already talked about Bedardy.
No. Do you think it was rigged?
Even if it was, I want him to go to Chicago anyway.
Okay, let me give you my answer. The answer is nothing would surprise me. I'm not going to sit here and say it was or wasn't.
No.
But
look at society now.
But the NHL did not want Connor Bedard playing at 10 o'clock Eastern every night on the West Coast.
How about the game Sunday night at 9 o'clock?
I know, but apparently ESPN,
I know, because
the
of
NHL
baseball.
tried to get ESPN to move the baseball game, and then to get ESPN to give the game to TNT.
Fucking best player in the world. You can't. It's too late at night, man. Fuck, for a lot of people.
You get the analysts. I heard an analyst. I don't want to chirp another analyst, but
No, I know, because
I heard an analyst say on the game on ESPN that
what?
like they're talking about the goaltending situation with Edmonton, and they were like, well, one of the things they could be looking at is that Skinner isn't very good coming in relief or something like that. I'm like, I don't think anyone starts the goaltender or makes a decision thinking, well, how's the other guy coming in during the game? You know, I think they most likely plan for the goalie to play the entire game.
They don't care. They just don't care. Hockey's an afterthought.
So they tried to give it to TNT. They
don't even know how to make the music.
So
for
they
hockey.
put the game at 9 o'clock. But I'm not going to lie, because I had a lot going on yesterday, Cam.
Yeah, I know you did. You're planning out your 5th trip of the month.
So
trying to find out other things. Getting everything organized.
It was actually
cleaning, paying bills.
It was. I'm glad the game started at 9 o'clock Central.
Fuck that, man. I got shit to do in the morning, dude. I got to get up. I can't watch it.
So you didn't watch any of it?
No, man. A lot of construction workers and people that fucking farmers and
did
shit.
you look at the score the first thing in the morning?
God, yeah.
What'd you think? Were you surprised?
Yes.
We're like, oh my god.
I'm like, wow, they fucking won. Because there's like 5 goals right off the bat.
Just think
3.
if you watched the game, what you would have said.
I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning. I can't do it.
4:30. You don't have to get up that early.
Yes, I do. I got a fucking hour
Try
drive.
5:30.
An hour. I like to get places early, Andy, and prepare.
Yeah, same here.
I have to host a 3-hour show.
Mhm.
I got to prepare, and I want to do my push-ups. I want to have my coffee. I want to eat some food.
How many push-ups?
300.
So hairclub.com, 800-279-7878. Check out
yeah.
all the locations and all the solutions they have for you. First Forum and firstforum.com, man. Take your life and your mentality to the next level.
Yeah, man. Just be healthy.
Feel good about yourself.
They'll make it easy for you to be
And they
healthy.
do. Get that
Good
app.
God.
Do it today.
Yes.
Use our link, firstforum.com/Cam and Strick.
Goddamn right.
And we love everyone over there at First Forum.
We love everybody, man. 100%.
Say hi to all of them.
Hi, Nick. Hi,
I say
First
thanks
Form
for
Nick.
everything.
Hi, First Form Nick. What's up, dudes? All y'all out there, what's up?
Sparks.com. Don't let Seth ruin your weekend. Don't
The
let
house
Seth.
stinks.
Oh, God.
I know.
Don't let Seth ruin the tournament.
He's
Don't
going
let
at-
Seth
He's experimenting
ruin
on
your
animals.
season.
He's experimenting on animals.
Okay, well, don't let him
I'm
sharpen
just
your
saying.
skates. Get your own skate sharpener. Get a Sparks.
Good God, Seth.
Get a
psychopath.
Sparks.
He's a fucking psycho.
Get a Sparks. Get it today.
God dang right.
SPARX.
Yep.
Use that promo code Cam and Strick.
Damn right, baby. Fucking Seth. God, get him away from
Hells
your
to
family.
the yeah.
Get him away from your family. Get him away from your gosh dang animals.
Yeah.
Get him away from your family.
Yeah. Bellman and Bellman.com, where they'll give you sushi.
Stupid thing to say, Andy. It's a stupid thing to say. And I bet you if
Saying.
I asked them, they'd be like, tell Andy to shut the fuck up
No,
about that.
they would probably.
Why
say
would
that.
they want you to
'Cause
promote
they treat
sushi
you so
there? It's
well.
dumb.
They treat you so well. They
Oh,
will
man,
give
they're
you
just good at what
sushi
they do.
And different flavored waters.
Like, Andy doesn't know how to, like,
Okay.
good God.
They'll give you.
They don't have
flavored water.
sushi at a car dealership.
sure
and
they
nor do
do.
you want sushi at
Sure
a car
they do.
dealership. Like, come on.
Oh,
Andy eats sushi at a gas station.
Never. Dude.
Pisses out of his ass for
I
14
I
days.
tell you that you get the shittiest sushi, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I love sushi. Man.
Bellman and Bellman.com. At Bellman, you get no what?
Spain Day.
And they're located where?
Chai.
Say hi to Danny Boy.
Hey, Dan.
And Dale?
Hey.
Kenny?
Hi, Kenny.
All right, listen, we appreciate everybody for helping us out on this edition
Dang right.
of the Cam Strick podcast. Jason with Black River Digital.
What up, Jay Bird? What's up, baby?
Bodie and the Hizzy. Brody and the Hizzy.
What'd you say?
I said Bodie in accent.
It was Bodie.
Brody.
What the fuck's wrong with him? God, poor Brody. Can't even get his name. You didn't even know his fucking name.
Didn't know his name.
We've been working with him for fucking. See, Brody, when Brody came on board, Brody messaged Andy and I, and Andy ignores everybody. But I go, yeah, hey, dude, I'll meet up with you. You want to help us? Brody met me for lunch. We talked, and then all of a sudden he's on board, and look where we're at now.
Hell yeah.
Andy would have ignored you. Brody. Andy would have ignored you, just so you know.
That's not true.
You did. You ignored him. You did. I didn't.
Well, good.
I said, meet up. I bought him lunch.
I'm glad you did.
And he's like, don't we should. No. Now look.
I didn't say that.
No,
I was
no,
with
no,
you.
no.
I was with you. I came into the studio that day, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I go, Brody, what do you want to do, man? Come on here. Meet me here. And we had lunch, and now look, we're shit kicking everybody. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Brody's helping out with that. You would ignored him.
That's
you didn't even
not
know his
true.
fucking name.
Hey, just drop me a comment. Hit me up on Cameo.
Hit up Andy. Don't hit
Send me a private message. Hey, and let's get some comments on the
here's what I'm gonna say real quick.
let's get some comments on the
Intro.
No, like how do they comment on the podcast and stuff like that? Reviews. Get some positive reviews out there.
Yeah. Throw us some reviews.
Let us
man.
know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got right into hockey off the bat. I think that helps you guys, man, because I know you guys want to. I know you hear us bullshit too, and I know a lot of people just love that. But we're probably gonna skip like when it's important hockey stuff. Like right now, we're gonna get into hockey right off the bat. We'll kick ass with that, and we'll tie in other shit.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah.
But like once the summertime comes,
Hell
we're gonna
yeah.
be talking about fucking bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Fucking bullshit. But right now, we got to talk hockey off the bat. People want to hear us talk
Hell
hockey.
yeah, man.
So we do. What's wrong with you? You need to evaluate when you get home. Just evaluate yourself. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I doing too much? Can I calm myself down a little bit and simplify my life? That's all. That's all.
What should
I think there's too many people barking in your ear.
I know.
And you're like, yeah, I'll go to that. Where do you want me to go? Syracuse? Yeah, I'll take the whole family up to Syracuse there. And then I'm going to spend a bunch of money. And I'm going to come home and I'm going to be fucking pissy. So every time I talk to Cam, I'm pissed off because I got to do so much shit. I need you to calm down.
Okay.
You're affecting me.
Okay.
You need to calm down and put your foot down and say no.
How do I do that?
Just say no. Say we need to save some money. We don't need to go to fucking Syracuse to watch whatever. We're going to do a little camp out in the backyard. And we're going to roast marshmallows. We're going to play some scary music, and I'm going to go out there and scare the kids.
Do you know what I was
That's
looking
what
at?
you need to do.
You can buy this like inflatable theater
do that
in your
That's
backyard.
fine.
Have you seen those?
Yes, they're cool as shit.
Like it inflates, and
Why
then
don't
you
have
get
a
like
beautiful
a projector.
You have a beautiful backyard.
and
Why
then
do you have to go to
You
Chicago?
can come over and watch movies.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
God damn. It's not about me. You don't want me at your house. I cuss. I smoke. I do drugs. I'm like not a good influence to anybody. Like, get me away from things. You need to worry about you. And stop putting so much on your plate. That's all.
I told you the other day
God
that
damn.
Ty was in the car and you dropped an F-bomb.
I didn't mean to do that.
Right away.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Right away.
Fucking terrible for people. I'm a horrible influence.
All right,
everybody.
listen. It's time to get out of here, man. We hope everyone enjoyed this episode.
Love all
Episode
you.
number 238
We love all you guys and girls.
of
Love
the
you
Cam
guys.
and Strick podcast.
dudes.
Have a great day,
See you,
everybody.
dudes.